Do not worry.
Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new Do Not Worry live stream. I'm your host Anthony, coming to you from the heart of Lebanon. We are chilling today. There's a long ass debate that we're about to watch. It's like a 4-hour debate. We're going to sit down and watch the whole thing. I saw a viral clip of this on Twitter. I was like, I gotta watch this. And I figured I could either watch this in my free time on my own, but I don't have all that much free time, and I figured this could be nice, fun content to react to together. For some reason, I have a feeling that these people, like whatever podcast, are they litigious? Are they anything like, what is it called? What's the other channel called, man? Jubilee? Are they like Jubilee? Are they litigious? Anyways, we're going to find out, I guess, if this live stream gets taken down mid-live stream. Folks, remember to support this channel. We are at 372 members out of our 400 member goal. You guys went crazy yesterday with gifting memberships. We got like over 30 new members to the channel. Thank you so much to everybody who's supporting the channel and who joined the channel. Let me take a second to thank some of our lovely members, actually. Beautiful members like Imran Khan, Kara, Avinash S, Maddie B, Jimmy Catrone, Hassan Abed, Paul Alexandra. Ooh, Paul Alexandra, a Lebanese viewer. She's been a member for 2 months. Goddamn, Paul Alexandra, hello. Gay Aliens, Poli, as well as BD Nick, The Human Condition, or BDHNIC, as well as My Dog Potato, and Saint B. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. As members, you guys get one exclusive live stream per week, and that live stream is also uploaded to Patreon. And let me take a second to thank some of our lovely patrons who support this channel and who we love very much. I just uploaded a brand new live stream to Patreon today. Lovely patrons like Elia and Mujabber, who will be making an appearance on this channel at some point, folks. We have communicated. We have been in communication. Also, Daniel Nechle, superhero patrons like Rana F, Mitochondria, Pee Wee Hernan, blonde patrons like Kazia, Jorf Lipton Ram, and Dana Ahmad, Eric Knutson, Mono, and abductee patrons like Wax Wolf, Bat Pierogi, Yip McYip, Polish Pusher, Jim D. Dukers, and Kathleen Kegla. We thank you guys so much for your support. Here is the Patreon link if you're interested. We appreciate you guys so much. If you're gifting memberships, if you're becoming a member, if you send in a super chat, we thank you for helping us keep the lights on and paying our crew. But if you can't do any of those things, we still love you very much. Just make sure you're liking the video, you're subscribing to the channel if you're watching live right now. Slam that like button. Slam that like button, folks. And if you're watching the replay, also slam that like button. Leave a comment if you're watching live. Engage in the live chat. Join our Discord. We have a very nice, lovely community of people on there. With all that said and done, let us get into this marathon stream reaction. It's going to be long. We're going to be sitting here for a while. If this is too boring, which should not... Okay, should I just show you guys the... I'm going to show you guys the viral clip that made me want to watch this thing. You might consider this a spoiler, but you're either way, you're not going to get this until like hours into this whole thing. So let's watch it now. And you tell me if this is worth watching or not. Or we'll watch the Bill Maher and Patton Oswalt podcast. That's the other option. It's either this or Patton Oswalt as a guest on Bill Maher, and we cringe at those at Bill Maher's horrible takes.
I know. But the reason is not because I'm not a great...
So, okay, this guy's a family values advocate. He's called Andrew Wilson, had an on-stream meltdown after a female debater reveals that his wife has 3 children by 3 different men and was married twice before. He says, don't talk shit about my wife. Shut your fucking mouth. Let's watch.
Well, I'll try to rephrase this. I'm going to reframe. And I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I will never be able to convince you of my worldview.
Ooh, Jim sends $10 and says for the Maki Rehabilitation Fund. That's right, guys. Before we even start, Maki ate this morning, folks. Maki ate this morning. He had a meal. Finally, also Nata was like, for some reason, not eating yesterday, but she ate this morning. Nata's doing fine. Don't worry about Nata. Maki ate, so he must have passed whatever was in his tummy. Whatever that blockage was, it's been passed. Maki has eaten today, so I feel very relieved. He's not chilling here with us right now. It's empty. He's chilling somewhere else in the house, but he ate. So I'm very much relieved with that. Thank you, Jim. Thank you for the concern. Maki had food, folks. And he ate a nice little portion. You know what I mean? He didn't just have a little bit of food. He ate his whole thing. So I'm going to feed them. I was tempted to feed them not while I stream, but I do want to give him enough time to, to digest everything because he hasn't eaten in a couple of days. So at some point during the stream, I'm going to bounce to feed the cats again. So hello, Paz. Hello. Hello, Zeph. Man with long last name. Hello. Hello, everyone. Man. Okay, so let's watch a little bit of this.
You won't.
I know. But the reason is not because convince me, and I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I will never be able to convince you of my worldview.
You won't.
I know. But the reason is not because I'm not a great orator, or I don't make good points, or I haven't said things which should be compelling to a person. But Charlie, I just think honestly you're too fucking stupid to understand them.
So Andrew, can I sell you on my worldview?
Yes.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you
You
lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What does that
You're a
mean?
fucking dyke. Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch.
Jesus fucking Christ. This is what made me want to watch this fucking debate. I'm like, what happened in the 2 or 3 hours preceding this conversation for this to get to that point? What was said? What was done?
Your fucking mouth. Shut your stupid bitch mouth.
Your wife with the 3 baby
What did I
daddies?
just say?
Your
Dyke?
wife with the 3
Sorry,
baby
I'm sorry,
daddies?
Dyke. Is she morally inconsequential in comparison to your ditch licking?
Do the men that you try to
Do the women that you try
show
to?
your hatred against?
Do you the women that you try
convince them
to?
that they shouldn't?
You know,
like,
Charlie, did I
pursue
bring
women? Do they know
Charlie?
that
Did
your
I bring
wife
your
is 5
family?
years older?
Did I bring any of your
You
family
called me
into
fucking
anything?
stupid.
Did I
You
say
called
anything
me
about
fucking
your
stupid.
family being stupid, Charlie?
could.
It's
You could
because
go
I'm
for it.
better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed, and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people on
Okay.
are bullshit because
Let's
you
go
are not
through
a
it.
traditional man.
Chuck, let's go through it.
You are not a traditional
Let's
man.
go through it, Chuck. Tell me what I'm doing which is immoral.
Oh my god. Man says, I believe this is what Bunker Cat would call sloppy toppy. What are they even debating? So they're debating, I guess, the merits of feminism. Is feminism good or bad? We're still having those debates in 2025, which is fun. But hey, guys, so I'm going to watch whatever the fuck this was that got there. We're going to watch it together. Hey, you guys want to dip out? It's up to you. So Quinny Bobini says, Lamau, I was not prepared for this. I need more coffee. You might. I'm so sorry. This is going to be, it's an intense way to start the morning. You might need that coffee when you see the timestamps on this video. 6 hours. This is a 6-hour long debate. Now, to be fair, the last like 2 hours are like super chats and stuff. So this is all super chats. Not that this makes this any less daunting. We're just going to sit through and watch this, okay? Hello, Haley, hello. How's it going? Artful Decadence, hello. So let's enjoy the shit show of a debate. If this sucks, like an hour into it, just let me know. We're here to experiment, folks. Experiment. We're going to watch this at 1.25. No.
Is viewer supported California edition of the
Come on.
Welcome to a debate edition of the Whatever podcast, coming to you live from Santa Barbara, California. I'm your host, Brian Atlas. A few quick announcements before the show begins. This podcast is viewer supported, so please consider donating through Streamlabs. That's streamlabs.com/whatever. TTS is $200 and up. There will be no instant TTS. TTS will come in batches at various breaks throughout the debate. You can see the description for all triggers and full details. Without further ado, I'm joined today by
Chabley sends $2 and says, wait, this is not satire. No, this is not satire. This is a real debate. Now, this set looks familiar to me. I was going through these guys' YouTube channel. By the way, their full video is linked below. Let's open their YouTube channel real quick. I'm definitely sure that I've seen this stuff, some clips of this in the past. Like their set looks familiar to me. Isn't there like where Myron Gaines like has some of their debates where like they invite like people and sit there and debate like the most obvious shit, like this set? Yeah, I've seen these clips, like debate prep drama big day. They'll bring like just women and like debate random stuff like men versus women. Like, so definitely familiar with this channel, but also like I'm not sure the kind of content they make, so never really engaged with anything before. So $200, people actually pay that? Yeah, right? $200 for the robot, I think, to speak out a question or something. Hey, listen, guys. That's the goal Okay, this podcast is something for me to aspire to. Look at them charging $200 per super chat or whatever the fuck. Insane. Bailey, thank you so much. Love you guys. Let's get back to this here debate, shall we?
Hi, Andrew Wilson, host of The Crucible. He is a blood sports debater and political commentator.
Blood sports debater. We love debate bros over here, don't we, folks?
Also joining us today is...
Yeah, they want to make women look stupid. Exactly. I feel that's the artful decadence. I feel like that's the vibe of this channel. So certainly not something that I would watch on the reg. And I'm kind of glad she got under his skin. Now, look, do I like the fact that she's going after, like, it doesn't matter that his wife is married, had 2 kids from 2 other people. I personally don't give a shit about that. But I guess she's using that again. I don't know if it's fair that she's using that against him because he's such an asshole or something. So hey, let's see if it's warranted for her to make that attack.
Charlie. She received a master's degree in fantasy literature from the University of Glasgow and a BA in English from California State University, Sacramento. She's a political, social commentator and content creator. The topic today is feminism. I want a good, clean debate, no interrupting. I need very good discipline on this. I will allow for some slight interrupting, as is normal in conversation, but excessive or repeated interrupting will first result in a verbal warning, excuse me, followed by a yellow card, which mutes you for 1 minute or until your opponent yields their time. If this continues, it'll be followed by a red card, which mutes you for 3 minutes.
Chabelli. Chabelli? My name is pronounced Chabelli. All right, that's how I'm going to say it from now on.
Until your opponent yields their time. Hopefully that won't be necessary.
Do you yield?
There are no opening statements, straight to open convo. Let's get it on.
Cool. Okay. I think first we ought to agree on some definitions. So feminism, the prompt was, is feminism good for society? The definition I have here is from the Oxford English Dictionary. Feminism, advocacy of equality.
Okay, good to lay down some ground rules early on, you know. Make some definitions so that there's no confusion in the rest of the conversations.
Equality of the sexes and the establishment of the political, social, and economic rights of the female sex. Are we in agreement on that?
No.
Okay. What's your definition of feminism?
Feminism is the movement towards egalitarian systems.
What did she say?
Oxford English Dictionary. Feminism, advocacy of equality of the sexes and the establishment of the political, social, and economic rights of the female sex. Are we in agreement on that?
No.
Okay. What's your definition of feminism?
Feminism is the movement towards egalitarian systems and the deconstruction and removal of the patriarchy.
Okay.
So it's my belief that feminism cannot operate without an oppressor-oppressed class worldview. And if there's an oppressor class, that oppressor class has to be the patriarchy, because who else could it be?
I think that that's fair, but I do want to, stipulate that, I think that men are also, they also benefit from feminism. And
Yeah,
they're
I
also oppressed under patriarchy. Is that
Yeah, I
right?
understand. So
Okay.
your definition would include, you don't disagree with my definition. You're just clarifying a position on
What up, Ramy? How's it going? Man says I like his definition better.
top of it, which is that you think there is a patriarchy. It's just that it's also oppressive or beneficial to men as well. Or, I'm sorry, oppressive to men as well.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So can we largely agree then that feminism is an egalitarian movement which focuses on equity, egalitarianism, and the removal of patriarchy? Okay. So then I think we got the definition down there pretty well.
Oh, okay. And then society, I think this one is pretty obvious, but society, this is from Merriam-Webster.
I mean, the way he defines it makes it sound pretty based. Egalitarian and abolishing the patriarchy, What's wrong with that? That's what I don't understand. He's already making it sound pretty based. And he's going to argue against that. He's going to argue for that. You know what I mean? No, I want to maintain the patriarchy.
A community, nation, or broad grouping of people having common traditions, institutions, and collective activities and interests. When I say society, what I'm going to be referring to mainly is the United States. I'm going to refer to my country, my nation.
Yeah.
Is that acceptable?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't have any issues with that definition.
Ooh, all right. And then I guess...
I love how this is starting out like this. Let's set some boundaries. Let's set some rules. To 2 hours later, you fucking dyke. Fuck you. Hey, fuck you, you piece of shit. You bitch woman. What the hell? What happened?
Gosh, I really don't want to get into another meta-ethics debate. But
About the word good?
Oh, what is good? Yes, what makes something good?
So when we're talking about good here, why don't we just stick with outcomes which are preferable to most people?
Okay.
Does
yeah,
that sound
perfect.
reasonable?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
So outcomes which are preferable.
They're so polite. Does that sound reasonable to you? Good outcomes which are acceptable to most people? Yes, that's fine. You fucking bitch, you fucking dyke. What? The internet. The pleasures of the internet.
most people for the good. So I understand that you and I have different viewpoints on what good is, but
Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I was just saying what he was saying. My bad. I should not. I was not. Totally my bad. That was horrible. Guys, that was so bad. I was just imitating him. So my bad. That was what he was saying. I should not repeat that word. Holy fuck. My bad.
like the good faith of not trying to bog the conversation down into 3 hours of meta-ethical jumping up and down. I'm fine with that too.
Sure.
Okay.
Awesome.
So I think we have our definitions down pretty well.
Cool. Okay.
So I'll let you open with whatever you want to say.
All right. So I guess we didn't technically have opening statements, so I suppose I will ramble. Feminism is good for society because a society that allows people the freedom to choose the life that they wish is a happier society. I believe that hierarchies divide and weaken us.
Okay. So the crux of your argument for feminism is that it's good because it allows for more choice.
Yes.
Is that the crux? Am I
Yes,
getting that right?
I would say so.
Okay. I don't want to straw man it. So
Shouldn't have repeated it, but like here's the quote. Here's the video that I was quoting. But my bad, yeah, folks. Shan't repeat it. Let me go back to it. Did I send it? No, I don't know if I have it here. What's this guy's name? Andrew Wilson. There it is. Andrew. No, not an excuse. Not an excuse by any means, but here's the original.
rephrase this. I'm going to reframe. And I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I will person, but Charlie, I just think honestly you're too fucking stupid to understand them.
So Andrew, can I married twice before?
And you
Under
you lick
your
sniz.
under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What is that?
You're a
mean?
fucking dyke. Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch.
Bang bang. All right. Back to here.
If you want to think about it for a second and make sure that that's what you mean by it, or if there's any addendums that you want to give to it.
I think freedom of choice and egalitarianism.
Passes future Anthony compilation, right? 8 minutes of Anthony saying the D word.
Freedom of choice and egalitarianism, okay. All right. Choice, egalitarianism. Now, Charlie, were you an advocate of the C-19 lockdowns?
COVID-19 lockdowns.
Okay, wait. How did they get here?
Sure, but that's what you mean by it, or if there's
Keys divide and weaken us. Suppose I will ramble. Feminism is good for society because a society that allows people the freedom to choose the life that they wish is a happier society. I believe that hierarchies
Okay, so freedom to choose a life that they wish.
divide and weaken us.
Okay. So the crux of your argument for feminism is that it's good because it allows for more choice.
Yes.
Is that the crux? Am I
Yes,
getting that right?
I would say so.
Okay. I don't want to straw man it. So if you want to think about it for a second and make sure that that's what you mean by it, or if there's any addendums that you want to give to it.
I think freedom of choice and egalitarianism.
Freedom of choice and egalitarianism. Okay. All right.
Freedom of choice. So now it's coming in. So what do you think about COVID lockdowns?
Now, Charlie, were you an advocate of the...
When he says sniz is now officially on my list of banned words. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never heard that word before. I've never heard that word before. It's like, you like sniz. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Is that like... It sounds like fucking like nose... Fuck is that what comes out of your nose? Fuck, man. Why am I forgetting the English language? It sounds like a mix of jizz and snot. Snot and jizz. Sniz. It's like, what? What is that, man? It's like a 12-year-old world. Ew! You like sniz. You have cooties. Literally just say cooties. Just say you have cooties. Just fucking might as well. You know what I mean? Ugh. Sniz is bad cocaine, says No Time to Explain. Damn, sounds like you've been sold some sniz in the past. You have cuties. Sniz. You're so nasty.
C-19 lockdowns.
COVID-19 lockdowns. Yes, I would say so, but my stepfather is diabetic, so I had a personal stake in it because I did not want him to, as a diabetic, he was more at risk.
Can you tell me how that helped with freedom of choice?
How that helped with freedom of
The
choice?
lockdowns. Because the lockdowns seem to me, so I'll kind of give you my take. When I think of like,
Okay, I mean, I guess I'll give my take. I was in support of lockdowns, maybe not in the way they were implemented, but like in general, the idea of lockdowns, hey, stay home, let's cut the spread of this virus. I support it. The way governments force certain businesses to close down and other businesses not to close down. If you're going to force a business to close down, great. You got to recoup. You got to give them some money monthly. Something somehow, like movie theaters were forced to close but weren't recuperated. Some businesses were able to apply for like PPP loans and get loans to stay afloat. Others were not. Businesses in Lebanon forget getting any support from anyone. In Lebanon, you're like, hey, fucking close down. You have to close down. People had to open and like hiding and shit, like in secret. You come in from the back door, shit like that. So in general, I do support the idea of lockdowns and then having people work from home when they can work from home, etc. But also, I do agree that it also kind of devastated the world. But it's just like that the government mishandled it. They should have given whatever business you're forcing to fucking close, don't let them try to figure it out on their own. You have to give them subsidies. You have to give them grants, something to survive. They should the stimulus checks that they sent everyone. That was a great idea. They should have done more of that. Way more stimulus checks. What the fuck did I do? Rami says, I almost lost my job because of lockdown. Yeah, no, it's horrible. It shattered the restaurant industry. So many people lost their jobs. Like, it's very difficult to go through. But then again, like, for example, my mom is sick, you know what I mean? So I wasn't going to risk, she's immunocompromised, so I'm not going to get out there and try to risk getting her sick. But then again, I also see, like, people have the choice to stay home, but if people wanted to get out there and like be a part of society, it was kind of insane. Any word with the intent to be discriminatory can be or become a slur. Here, let me say. Yeah, guys, we don't need to debate whether the word I said is a slur or not. If it makes people uncomfortable, I shouldn't say it. You know what I mean? I didn't even think about like I was just like saying what he was saying. Complete oversight on my part. So do not, it's not even like a debate worth having. I was wrong.
Sorry,
I completely, I went back.
Merriam-Webster, a community, nation, or person is a happier society. I believe that hierarchies divide and weaken us.
Okay. Freedom of choice and egalitarianism, okay.
The healer says, I lost everything, still trying to piece my life together, literally set my life back 5+ years. Damn. Yeah, no, I hear you guys. I mean, fuck the lockdowns. I'm just saying I kind of understood them from a point of the greater good. Hiding everyone, but like the way it was done, maybe there should have been more, maybe it should have been more of a focused lockdown. If you're sick, if you are vulnerable, then you have to stay home. Other people that are less vulnerable, you don't have to be locked down as long, but you have to mask up all the time. But people were arguing about masks. Masks became politicized. Masks became a debate because at first the WHO said you don't need masks, and they're like, actually, no, you do need masks, because they were worried that there was going to be a mask shortage at first, so they were lying about the masks, and they're like, no, actually, you do need masks. So that did so much damage to people's trust, and then the vaccines were developed quickly, and people weren't trusting the vaccines. Some people trust the vaccines, some people don't trust the vaccines, and the whole thing, it became kind of a mess. But at the time, I was in support of everything for the most part, but I was one of the lucky ones. I was able to keep my job at first and work from home and still get paid. But then I used to work for ITV Middle East. ITV is like the UK network. I used to work for the Middle Eastern branch of ITV. Essentially, they closed down the Middle Eastern office during COVID because they were losing too much money at that point. And so they closed down ITV. So I lost my job during COVID as well. And I started this podcast during COVID to sort of, not to make money, especially not at first, but just to keep some sort of routine in my life, give myself something to look forward to and work on during this whole fucking mess. So this podcast was born out of COVID. Rami says masks did nothing. No, masks, come on. Rami, masks, of course, have an impact and help mitigate the spread of a virus.
All right. Choice, egalitarianism. Now, Charlie, were you...
Maki's doing better, folks. For anyone asking, Maki is eating. He ate today. Still haven't given him dinner, but he had a meal today. I'm guessing whatever he had in his tummy has passed.
An advocate of the C-19 lockdowns?
COVID-19 lockdowns? Yes, I would say so, but my stepfather is diabetic, so I had a personal stake in it because I did not want him to, as a diabetic, he was more at risk.
Can you tell me how that helped with freedom of choice?
How that helped with freedom of
The
choice?
lockdowns? Because the lockdowns seem to me... So I'll kind of give you my take. When I think of like a fascist dystopia, I think about things like checkpoints, state-mandated garments, state removing media, independent media, in order to have state messaging. I think of those types of things, and those were all the things that I saw during the...
So, I mean, the U.S. government, pretty much at this point, removing media. Stop Jimmy Kimmel. Get Jimmy Kimmel off the air. He made a joke I don't like. Sounds like America to me. Is this guy pro-Trump? This guy sounds like MAGA, right? Is this guy MAGA? Does he support Trump? Because if he does, that's fucking insane that he just said that.
Lockdowns from the side of the leftist progressive and the feminist side, and they all seem to be in pretty good unison there. And it seems like all that did was limit choice. And so I wonder if there's not a contradiction in your worldview, where at the same time you love feminism because it expands choice, but at the same time supported lockdowns, which definitely limited them.
I think that if we are going to...
Okay, I mean, but why is he drawing parallels between... Is he trying to question her commitment to her freedom of choice belief? Like, if you believe in freedom of choice so strongly, how could you support the COVID-19 lockdowns, which restricts your freedom of choice and freedom of movement? That means you don't actually believe in feminism. If your definition of feminism is freedom of choice, is that what he's trying to do? Is he trying to like crumble her argument by bringing in the COVID element?
Consider something being good on the basis of creating the most amount of good possible. I think that...
You mean the most amount of best outcomes possible?
Yes, yes.
Most amount of
best possible outcomes.
Okay.
I do believe that for a specific period of time, it was necessary to have everyone, including government officials, do their best to not spread COVID-19 until we could mitigate the dangers.
Okay.
I think that in some cases, I understand that many people grew very frustrated very quickly after some time. But I do think that in cases...
Yeah, no, it was horrible. Like, also, my boxing coach used to tell me, like, can you imagine my boxing coach whose whole business is about having people coming into the gym, close contact, training, sweating, punching each other. It's a fucking gym. He had to close down. And can you imagine what that does to his business? How devastating that is to him. So definitely, the COVID lockdowns maybe were applied too liberally on everything. Certain businesses should have been treated differently. People in different... age groups, like, I don't know. The way it was done was perhaps a bit extreme, but I cannot tell you in good faith or like that I agree that there should not have been lockdowns, or that I agree that lockdowns in general are a bad idea. In extreme cases like a fucking pandemic, people don't understand what's going on. We need to like mitigate the spread of this fucking thing. People are dying left and right. Old people, your parents, like, again, my mom is immunocompromised. I'm not going to fucking walk around and risk getting COVID and then seeing her. I almost didn't see my parents for a year and a half, 2 years while COVID was happening. And we lived in the same country. Like, I stayed away from my parents to not give them anything, potentially. So it was like a self-imposed lockdown on a lot of people. But to force people to close down their businesses, like, that's the worst thing. What happens to businesses? But then again, even lockdowns or no, I was super paranoid during a lot of COVID. So I didn't go a lot of places. Like, I made that personal choice for myself. Like, I didn't go to any restaurants. Anytime I would go to like a restaurant, I would be fucking paranoid the whole time. So I never enjoyed going out to public places. It was kind of a self-imposed lockdown. So I don't know what the exact solution would have been, but some kind of lockdown, at least momentarily, partial lockdowns, at least certain industries, I understand it, but maybe it was done for too long with zero government support. Jim sends $5 and says, let's cut to the chase on this debate with some good old second grade logic. I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? Hey, it might get there, Jim. I haven't seen anything beyond that clip. It might literally get there.
Of emergency. When it comes down to freedom of choice, we should have freedom of choice. unless you are making decisions that would inhibit the freedom of choice that others have.
Isn't that paradox?
How so?
So isn't this kind of the idea of the paradox of tolerance? We should tolerate everything except intolerance. Everyone has the freedom of choice except to inflict, some type of damage on other people's choices. Isn't it kind of paradoxical? So in other words, I guess the thing that's interesting about this view is that you're telling me that limiting choice is necessary for good outcomes.
I think
It is paradoxical because at some point because it is making a sacrifice. A lockdown is making a sacrifice. Like, it is someone consciously not doing something for the greater good. So yes, at that point, you are limiting your freedom of choice, but for a reason. But it is your choice if you want to, if you want to subscribe to that lockdown. Like, I agreed to the lockdown, but I did not. I did my best to respect the lockdown because, again, I was in support of what was happening. A lot of people said, okay, lockdown. They still fucking tried to live their lives as if nothing was happening. So,
in very, very, very extreme circumstances, such as a plague.
Well, that's not a plague, right? It's just a virus.
It's a virus, but I mean, a lot of people were dying.
Very few people total were dying, right?
Well, it was pretty freaky.
Yeah, I mean, it was mostly like fat people and really old people who were dying.
I think that even fat people.
oh my God, yeah, this debate. Well, I mean, hey, they're fat and old. Doesn't that mean they should die? Like, what?
Well, that's not a plague, right? It's just a virus.
It's a virus, but I mean, a lot of people were dying.
Very few people total were dying, right?
Well, it was pretty freaky.
Yeah, I mean, it was mostly like fat people and really old people who were dying.
I think that even fat people and old people, I would prefer them to not die from viruses if possible.
So how?
Yep. Like, that's such a matter-of-fact thing that just makes them sound so unusual. You know what? I think fat people and old people deserve to live. They don't deserve to die. A horrible, painful death with an intubator shoved down their throats.
How much freedom of mind can you take in order to make sure that that fatty gets to live? How much of my freedom do you get to take to do that?
Oh my God. The disdain he has for overweight people. Artful, the speed is 1.25. That is the speed. So how much of my freedom can you take so that fatty gets to live? This is what's his name? Andrew Wilson? This is what Andrew Wilson says. Oh my God.
How much of my freedom to walk into a store without wearing my government
Edgelord. It's 2025. He's still debating. Why do I have to stay home so that a fat guy gets to live? Yeah.
sponsored, mandated garment around my face that marks me as acceptable? Does that sound like freedom to you? Or does that sound like some other kind of ism that you guys would normally call?
Like, if there's a fucking virus going around, shut the fuck up and put the mask on.
I think that if there is an insane infectious disease that, doctors and scientists and professionals don't necessarily understand at the time raging around, I would say that you possibly infecting those around you and putting their lives at risk is, I do think, a time in which,
Also, just the COVID thing, it's such an easy argument with, like, the MAGA crowd, with, like, the right-wing audience that he's trying to cater to. So by just making her say, yes, I do think that masks are a good idea. Yes, I do think that some lockdowns are a good idea. He's instantly he's discrediting her with his audience. He's already making, like, oh, she likes masks. She's one of those mask-wearing people. Yeah, like, that's what this is all about. Bringing in COVID, which is completely unrelated, is just tainting this whole conversation and already making his audience dislike her even more.
freedom of choice should unfortunately be limited. For instance, it's like, like when someone is checked for weapons, like that is technically removing a freedom of choice if we don't allow someone to enter a building with weapons. But it's good because if they have weapons, they could use it to permanently eliminate someone's freedom of choice.
Good point.
I guess this is what's interesting to me is that
This guy just wants people walking around with fucking guns and, well, it's my choice. I have the choice to walk in with a rifle. Yeah, once you get into this freedom of choice, my guy, what do you want? You want to whip out your dick in fucking public? Oh no, that's being a sex pest. Well, I mean, you know what I mean? There's got to be some fucking rules. There's got to be some fucking rules in this society. Okay, it's not the Wild fucking West. Go play Red Dead Redemption 2. Go play Red Dead Redemption if that's what you want. You want to live in the Wild West? You want to be on a farm? Okay. Ciabelli sends another $5 donor. Thank you so much, Ciabelli. As a grief clinician, many of the families that were referred to us had relatives die from COVID. They were healthy. He has no idea what he is saying I know there were a lot of young people that died from COVID or that are suffering from long COVID. He's generalizing. For the most part, it was people in general that maybe were a little bit older in a certain age group, but there were many outliers. Kids were getting COVID. A lot of people were getting long COVID. There's a lot of unknowns. Some people are reacting to it differently. So he's just being like, it's just fat people and old people. He's trying to discredit the whole thing.
This is your view. Your view is that feminism is good because it expands choice, right? And then in the same breath, you say the COVID-19 lockdowns are good because they limit choice. And so it just seems like limiting choice to you is fine as long as it proves or provides for good outcomes.
Well,
as long as there's good outcomes, we can limit choice.
my rebuttal to that would be the COVID lockdowns were temporary emergency measures. When I talk about feminism giving people freedom of choice, there was a time in this country where women's career options were limited, had limited rights and freedoms, and now they do not. So,
well, why would that matter if the outcomes were better? Because what you're saying to me, what you just got done saying to me is that you're fine with limiting choice as long as it's for the greater good and the outcomes, from your view, are better. The outcomes.
temporarily.
Well,
Well,
if that virus,
limiting of freedom of choice.
so what if that virus had been here for 50 years? Would you have still supported lockdowns if the state officials and experts came out and said that that was still the best way to mitigate the spread of it?
50 years? Dude, come on. What if COVID was around for 50 years? It's still around, man. COVID is still around. We're out and about. We're good. That's it. You know what I mean? We've adapted at this point. So, no, that's not going to happen. If a virus like COVID was around for 50 years, we'd all be fucking dead at some point. If it was like raging nonstop and just killing people, it would be wiping out the population. 50 years of a deadly virus? Madma sends 2 pounds and says, 2 years and says, let's compare apples and oranges. Actually, to quote Little Dicky, why can't fruit be compared? His hair gel is eating his brain cells, says Haley. His hair gel looks horrible. I do agree. This type of hair gel should be outlawed. If you want to talk about outlawing and removing choice, you cannot have the freedom of choice to purchase this hair gel at a store.
It's virus.
I think after 50 years, with all of the technology that we have, if they had not managed to get...
But if they did, would you have supported their mandate for new normal?
No, that's ridiculous.
Why?
'Cause it's 50 years. That's a lifetime of limited freedom.
But a year and a half where people can't see their loved ones, or loved ones die, they can't even go to the hospital to see them, and when they can't have any contact with them whatsoever, right? They can't even touch them. People couldn't get medical care for years. They were dying of diabetes.
I mean, I get that. Hey, my grandmother, R.I.P. Teta, Nanou Jeannette, passed away during COVID, and the funeral, the whole process was very strange. You know, we had to stand far away from the casket. The priest was wearing like a hazmat suit. I shit you not. The whole thing was bad. You know what I mean? I get that, but it was a fucking pandemic, man.
And other horrible things because of these lockdowns. You were fine with those things as long as you thought that the greater good was served as far as outcomes go.
My great-grandmother passed during the COVID-19 lockdowns in 2020, and my family was able to go see her as she was dying.
That's nice for your family,
Yeah.
but you know that there's many families who are not, depending on the states they were in, or they would have a contact order where only one person could go in.
That's how they did it.
Mauricio, do not judge my Little Dicky reference at 2025. Let's see what Rachel Wilson said for $20. Rachel Wilson sends them a super chat and says, according to Charlie's logic, we ought to allow a ban on birth control and state-mandated reproduction in places like South Korea, where they're having a birth rate crisis, which could wipe out their population. Then, they're having a birth rate crisis.
It was one person at a time, which is frankly not ideal. But I think
it's not only not ideal, but you couldn't touch them. They had plastic between you and the person often. Yeah, depending on the state you were in, they would wall you off with plastic so that you couldn't touch them because of the threat of the contact of the virus. And so the thing is like...
Artful, she paid $20 for that. He did. To support this man against this lady. Guys, I'm going to bring a quick dessert. I'll be right back.
That doesn't sound like this freedom of choice society that was designed to assist people. And if you say, well, it's just a temporary measure, we'll just limit your choices temporarily. We don't know what temporarily is. That lasted almost 2 years.
It was a year and a half. So that was fairly temporary.
It's not that temporary. And the amount of damage that it did was incredible. And if another one comes, you'll do it again. And if another one came, you do it again. And if another one came, you do it again.
Given the unpopularity of the lockdowns and the politicization of the lockdowns, I don't think politicians would want to force another lockdown. I also think that.
But you support them, though. Whether the politician does or not, you support them for the greater good.
Boom. I'm back. Sorry, I didn't want to bore you guys. Here, let's do this together. I'm making a little Lacoum biscuit sandwich. Demi left these here, which I'm lucky. Look at that. Got a little biscuit at the bottom, and you put your lovely little powdered sugar covered Lacoum on there. Then you put the top biscuit on. Okay, let's try to do this without fucking it up, shall we? Oh, yeah. There we go. That's how you do it. Let's watch take a little bite of that shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just good.
It's the greater good to you. And I guess that's my position.
Lebanese s'mores. Way better than American s'mores. Way better. S'mores are shit compared to this.
Too. See, I think that limiting choice can serve the greater good just like you do. I think that limiting choice in many instances serves the greater.
Yeah, Turkish delights, essentially. Turkish delights, or as I like to call them, Armenian delights. From our Armenian brothers and sisters. Let's go.
You're good. And I think that limiting choice for a lot of people, like I think that limiting women's choices to have abortions, I think that that's good. I think that provides better outcomes for society. I think that limiting women's ability to vote men into wars, I think that that's good for society. Like I think
the ability to limit women's... What? You guys want women to vote? Is this how fucking aggressive this guy is? We ain't letting women vote now? What? Yeah, lesbian s'mores. Exactly. God, that shit's so fucking tasty. Oh my God.
I think the same thing you think, if we're going with good as outcomes. I think that limiting choice is sometimes necessary for the greater good, just like you do.
So I want to address what you said about war. I assume you're referring to the draft.
If it's more good, it serves the greater good.
I don't think politicians would want to force another lockdown. I also think that.
But you support them, though. Whether the politician does or not, you support them for the greater good. The idea is that it serves the greater good to you. And I guess that's my position, too. See, I think that limiting choice can serve the greater good just like you do. I think that limiting choice in many instances serves the greater good. And I think that limiting choice for a lot of people, like I think that limiting women's choices to have abortions, I think that that's good. I think that provides better outcomes for society. I think that limiting women's ability to vote men into wars, I think that that's good for society. Like I think the same thing you think, if we're going with good as outcomes. I think that limiting choice is sometimes necessary for the greater good, just like you do.
So I want to address what you said about war. I assume you're referring to the draft.
No.
Vote men into wars. What do you mean?
That's only.
Wait, why do I keep missing that? I do think that the way governments handled the COVID lockdowns, the way they handled COVID in general, has created so much mistrust between people and their governments that like whatever next fucking pandemic hits, they're gonna have such a much harder time keeping shit in check, man. It's gonna be fucking impossible. They really bungled it. Like by not supporting people enough, by not funding people enough, by not sending grants, by not sending enough people money. If you're forcing someone to close down their shop, you have to fucking pay them to do so. You have to pay them to do so. They should have spent billions upon billions upon billions of dollars from the Federal Reserve, the money that people have paid into their own governments. For this fucking case, how do you bail out fucking companies and airlines and credit card companies and fucking banks? And now they're getting ready to bail out AI companies just in a few months or in a year. But you let your own people fucking choke under the pressure of a fucking pandemic. Every single world government failed. That people in France were struggling, in the UK, Europe, all over the world, Lebanon. Everyone had to close down their fucking businesses. It fucking ravaged everyone. It fucking ravaged everyone. So, Madman sends £2 and says, "Can we limit his choice for the greater good?" We need to limit a lot of his choices. We need to limit again, but his choice of hair gel and wardrobe. Polish says, just caught up on your last stream, praying for peace and safety for you, the crew, and all of the Lebanese viewers. Thank you so much, Polish Pusher. Remember, for 3 months, we love you, Polish. Hoping for the best. Israel is definitely boosting their aggressions towards Lebanon. It's going to get worse before it gets better, or it'll never get better.
One aspect. Well, it's just, like I think the same thing you think. If we're going with good as outcomes, I think that limiting choice is sometimes necessary for the greater good, just like you do.
So I want to.
I think that,
Where does it say that?
the politician does or not?
That was fairly temporary.
That's not game. You do it again. And if another one came, you do it again.
Given the unpopularity of the lockdowns and the politicization of the lockdowns, force another lockdown. I also think that.
But you support them though, whether the politician does or not. You support them for the greater good. The idea is that it serves the greater good to you. And I guess that's my position too. See, I think that limiting choice can serve the greater good just like you do. I think that limiting choice in many instances serves the greater good. And I think that limiting choice for a lot of people, like I think that limiting women's choices to have abortions, I think that that's good. I think that provides better outcomes for society.
Limiting women, the choice to get abortions, makes society better. That motherfucker. So he wants men to only be the ones that are allowed to decide whether women can get abortions or not. That's fucking insane. That is fucking insane. Does he mean exceptions in cases of rape, etc.? I don't even know what the fuck this guy's thinking. But he says that banning women from having the choice to get an abortion or not makes society better. What an insane piece of shit. Holy fuck.
I think that limiting women's ability to vote men into wars, I think that that's good for society. Like I think.
Well, what the fuck does that mean? Like women shouldn't be allowed to vote to send men into wars because they don't fight in wars as much as men do. So only men get to decide if they go to war or not. And by the way, men would vote to go to war way more often than women would vote to go to war. What the fuck are we talking about? At least women voting might spare you a little bit.
The same thing you think. If we're going with good as outcomes, I think that limiting choice is sometimes necessary for the greater good, just like you do.
So I want to address what you said about war. I assume you're referring to the draft.
No.
Vote men into wars. What do you mean?
That's only one aspect. Well, I'll explain.
Okay.
Do you agree with me that no matter what the circumstances are, it's almost exclusively going to be men who engage in all frontline combat operations in basically any nation on planet Earth?
I think that has historically almost always been the case, with some exceptions. But in this day and age, I do think that boots on the ground is significantly less common.
Like in the Ukraine?
Oh, well, Ukraine's a different beast. We're talking about America. And Ukraine also had women. The women volunteered to fight for Ukraine.
They're not in frontline combat roles. In fact, they were allowed to leave, and the men weren't allowed to leave. The men had to stay, and they were drafted right off the street.
How many children do men birth every year, buddy? Ooh, men fight in wars more often. Sure, you're more physically fucking capable of fighting in wars. It would make more sense to send you to fight in a fucking war. And you're more willing to go to war. Like, you want to have fucking wars all the time. It doesn't mean that women don't do something equally as fucking important or more important. Going to war does nothing but destroy society. It does nothing but hurt the planet. It does nothing but hurt the world. Whereas women offer something that men cannot, which is by creating life. Beat that, motherfucker. War just kills people, leads to nothing, makes the world a worse place to live. Pollution, all sorts of shit.
That's terrible. I don't think anyone should be forced to go to war. However, it's also a specific age range of men. I think that when we were talking about war,
hang on, it's up to 60. They're drafting them up to 60 years old.
Peace out, Artful. Goodbye, Tiago.
But it's common. That's common in a real war. Mm-hmm. We just haven't seen one in a long time.
Of course, but when I think about war, I don't think about women voting.
Do you mind if we look that up? Can you look up the max draft age for Ukraine, Brian?
Yeah, Mary, can you look that up?
I believe that it was up to 60 or even higher.
Well, that's horrible. I myself am very anti-war and I'm very anti-draft. I don't think that anyone should be forced to lay down their life.
But don't you agree with me though that it will be the case that if there is warfare in a nation, that it is going to be men who are going to be almost exclusively doing all of the heavy lifting for all frontline combat?
I have the answer if you'd like. So there's a bit of detail on it, but hide that, Mary. The maximum draft age for men in Ukraine is...
Why is there like a fucking doll behind him with blue hair? Like an e-girl doll? What the fuck is going on there, man?
25, though this age was 27 before April 2024. However, after completing their initial service, men become part of the reserve and can be recalled for mobilization until they reach 55 or 60 for officers.
Yeah, that's also a system that we have in the U.S. My
Yes.
stepfather was Air Force Reserves
Sure.
until he got older.
Sure. And if they need to, they'll raise the age more.
But there's also women who are, in the reserves in the U.S.
Yes, but they're not. The problem is with the idea of recall, even if you recall women from the reserves at 55 years old, they're not going to be doing any frontline combat.
I do believe in 2014, women were allowed to be in frontline combat roles. I also,
Even if we grant that some women will be in frontline combat roles,
it will be majority men.
it's
correct.
always going to
Yes.
be. Now, not when we say majority, I don't want to get this.
Shrimp Jesus says it's meant to be a humiliation ritual, but he's not. But he's too pathetic for it to fully come across.
Confused as to think it's
Like
51%.
90%,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Or higher.
maybe higher.
Much
Yes,
higher,
correct,
actually. Probably
correct.
like 97,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
98, 99, probably.
Absolutely.
Okay,
But
so-
also, the nature of warfare has changed. I think mostly boots on the ground is gone. I would like to point out,
Well-
however, that it is only a specific kind of men that are being sent to do these things. It's men without the means to wiggle their way out of the draft. It is old rich
Good
men.
point. I mean, there's probably a few psychopaths who like choose to go to the military because they want to kill people. They enjoy it. Maybe someone like Graham Plantner. But, for the most part, they go for disadvantaged people, people that can't afford maybe healthcare or a college education, and they try to facilitate those things by luring them into the military. It's a way to get your accomplish your dreams by joining the military, serve your country to afford college.
Sending young working class men to die.
Unless you need them. The thing is like, unless you need them. So in Germany, when the Soviets were invading Berlin, and after, they took every able-bodied man right off the street in order to fight. I mean, that's what they did. And of course, women were told to flee because they become a hindrance. And so I guess all I really need here is just the agreement that it will always be the case, no matter what, that it'll be heavily 98% or so of men who will be engaged in frontline combat operations. If that's the case, then they have the most to risk when it comes to warfare. And if it is the case that they have the most to risk during warfare, and it is, I think that it's a fundamental unfairness in society, not just an unfairness, but a great injustice that women are allowed to vote on policies for warfare that they then don't have to go fight. As much as it upsets me that Congress can make laws and exempt itself from them, it's just as much of an injustice.
That's such a flawed argument because, okay, let's say theoretically you lose the war. Doesn't that put your women at risk? If your job as a man is to protect women, no matter what, I must protect women, which is, I mean, as a man, I do feel this innate duty to protect my woman. That's always good. That's how it is for me. That's how it is for most men. I must protect my woman. But if you lose the war, you are theoretically leaving the door open for the enemy to come in and harm your woman. So shouldn't your woman, if you're about to put her in a situation where she might get harmed by your ability to win or not win a war, by your decision to fight or not fight a war, she does have a say in whether or not you should go fight, because her well-being is also lies in the balance. And as a man, you should want the well-being of your woman. So I don't know, man. That's how it is. So you got to listen to your woman, because if you lose, what happens to the woman? Theoretically, according to his logic,
It's just to me that Congress can do that, as it is an injustice to me that women can do this to men.
I mean, so would you say that only able-bodied men under a certain age should be allowed to vote?
No, because of what's called fighting potential. So the idea is just this. It may be extraordinarily rare that you ever need to get somebody who's disabled or very old or very infirm to fight in frontline combat. But if you do, it's going to be men. And the potential remains for men, and the potential is not there for women.
Do you think that men with significant disabilities would be better frontline combatants than women?
It depends on how severe the disability is.
All right, I guess
my
so.
God.
Depends on
What
how
are we
severe
talking
the
about?
disability is, but I still think...
What? This guy thinks that a disabled man is a better soldier than a non-disabled, like fully healthy woman? Are you fucking insane? What do you mean depends on the level of the disability? What if he's got a limp? What do you consider a limp? Is a limp a significant disability? Because a limp on the battlefield, while a limp might not be significant in your day-to-day, but a limp on the battlefield might be pretty fucking bad. Okay? And a woman with no limp, I guarantee you, can run away more efficiently from the enemy than the man with a limp. What are we talking about here? Disabled man. That guy cannot give women like any credit. Like, how do you have a wife? How does your wife respect you when you think that a disabled man is more capable? And hey, disabled men are very capable. Everyone is capable of everything. But like, if he's talking about strictly like military, yeah, bro, no, I'm sorry. Like a man with a limp. Like, can we just talk about the limp? What are we talking about here, man? He is so incapable of giving women any credit, of saying that, like, what value do they have in your life, do you think? Just stay in the kitchen and have kids. That's it.
That even if you have moderate disabilities, then yeah, they're probably still going to be better off. You're still probably going to be better off with men with moderate disabilities than you would women, yes.
Is it not true that, I forget which kind of shooting competitions it is, but...
No, women are not better at shooting than men.
No, but it's about equal.
Yeah, well,
He gets so offended, like, no, women are not better at shooting than men. Like, she didn't even make that point. Before she even perhaps made that point, he's like stopping her in her tracks, like, no, women are not better at shooting than men. Who fucking said it? Relax. No one's saying that boys are bad. Well, why is he like a 6-year-old boy? What's up? What's going on here, man?
And also, I would say that, like, frontline soldiers, what is that? I don't know if you could look this up, Brian, but how many bullets for how many people killed? It's usually like an average of like hundreds of bullets shot.
Thousands.
Thousands shot. Before one person is
it's
killed?
tens of thousands.
So it almost seems like, I think if a woman is, meets certain requirements.
They don't meet the requirements because you have to carry the ammo and you have to carry the equipment and you have to carry.
A woman strong enough to carry those things.
Then why is it that we can't ever seem to get a woman who can be a Navy SEAL? We never had one.
Well, that's some pretty extreme. Most men cannot become Navy SEALs.
I agree, but only
Most men.
But only men can. And when it comes to the idea of frontline combat, they have to.
Okay, what do you want her to say? That men are strong? What is the point? Yes, men are more physically powerful than most women. Most men are more physically powerful and capable than most women. There are many exceptions, but for the most part, okay. Good job. Men fight in the military. What is the point you're trying to make again? Oh, yes, women should not be allowed to vote because men are the ones that do the fighting. Cool.
So women can be in the infantry, that's true, but they get lower standards. Women get lower standards in the military than men get.
Well, I think if you are, polling for whoever in defense of your country or homeland, you would take anyone who might
But
have
even if,
slightly lower standards.
I guess even if I...
Mauricio 44 says, I'm disabled since an accident 4 years ago. My vote has never been tied to my ability to go to war. That's so stupid. No, Mauricio, it is. If you can't go to war, but Mauricio, you are still, even if you're disabled since your accident, you can still fight better than a woman can. Okay, so at least you can sleep soundly at night knowing that no matter how bad your disability is, you are more capable than any woman on the battlefield. Okay, take that to the bank.
Grant that we could have some very small percentage of women who are capable of doing this, and maybe we even field them. Because the vast majority, the overwhelming majority, don't even have the potential. They don't even have the potential to do this. It seems to me that it's not just that women can vote to send their men off to fight just by a simple majority. Just by a simple majority, they could do this by electing the politicians in office that have their pro-war stance, perhaps. And that's a fundamental unfairness in society. And it seems very obvious to me that that's very fundamentally unfair.
But women are in the military. And they,
in support
pass
roles.
The standards.
No, they pass standards which are lesser than men's standards. In fact, I can have Brian pull it up if you'd like to see it, but they have a different...
Sure, yeah. No, I'm fully aware of that, but they're still competent, and support roles are still important.
I agree.
And also, you don't have to be on the front lines to be killing people.
Yeah, he does not respect support roles. He thinks unless you're on the front lines, you don't matter in the military.
My aunt flew helicopters in the Army, and she was, participating in killing people.
Well, there's another reason why you don't want them there. It's not just because of the capability of combat.
They're too emotional. Is that it?
Sources?
Nope. It's because your enemy will capture them and they'll essay them, and then they'll send them home pregnant in order to demoralize your population, which is what the Soviets did. So, and it's what they would do in Afghanistan, and unfortunately, many times it did happen where they captured American females.
So he's saying women can't join the military because it's too much of a risk, because if the enemy captures them, they're going to essay them and then send them back pregnant. I've never heard that argument before. If I'm being completely honest, I know obviously women, people get essayed in war all the time. It's horrible, but like like it being like a systematic thing, like we're gonna We're going to impregnate these prisoners and let them go. And they're going to get back home and they're going to be pregnant with our Russian babies. And it's going to demoralize the American military. Never heard that one before. That's some shit right there.
Soldiers, and that's exactly what they did. They essayed them. And
well, wartime rape is absolutely a thing, which is why
let's not say the R word because it's
my
YouTube.
bad.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, you're
my
good.
bad. Sorry.
You're good.
I forgot we have to TikTok policies.
So the problem is not just one-fold, right? It's threefold. Problem one, 98%, and that's me being very charitable, of women would never even have the potential to be involved in a war that they could vote for. And
I strongly disagree with that.
secondly, well, you can disagree, but the historic standard disagrees with you.
Jim with a very generous $10 dono, which says when the Red Army beat the Nazis, women had frontline combat roles. No, I'm sure. It's insane.
And then secondly, the idea
women in Ukraine are complete badasses.
That women would be particularly useful in combat situations where enemy soldiers could have access to them, knowing that they would be prime loot. They're loot. That's what they would be. They would become booty, right?
Do you think men don't get essayed in wartime?
Not like women. Not even close.
What do you mean not like women? Sometimes more than women. Sometimes when it's exclusively men, when the prisoners are exclusively men, who's getting essayed? Women usually get essayed if they're a prisoner of war, they'll get essayed. Or if like a military is invading some sort of village or some sort of town, and then they fucking, you know what I mean? They go on like a rampage and start pillaging and stuff like that. In that case, it happens. But like in war, men versus men, who's doing the essaying and who's getting essayed? It's men. It's mainly men, my guy. Meg sends a $2 dono. It says, joining late. How is Maki? Meg, thank you so much for the generous dono. Maki is doing better. Maki ate today. Maki had his food in the morning. So hopefully he's doing better. He's feeling better. He's being very cuddly. So he's not here right now. We'll try to get him a little bit later. Maki! Maki! Psst, psst. Maki, come here, boy. Let's see if he comes.
It's not even in the same
I think
universe.
the idea of them being booty or loot is kind of ridiculous. But again,
Why?
even if I grant you get essayed in wartime,
Not like women. Not even close. It's not even in the same
I think
universe.
the idea of them being booty or loot is kind of ridiculous. But again,
Why?
even if I grant you all of this,
Do you think
which
they're like these?
I don't,
Do you think like the ugly mud catfish over in the Middle East? They get themselves some prime real estate of a nice, big-breasted blonde chick. You think that that's not like prime real estate to those guys?
Do you think they're
What the fuck? You fucking animal piece of shit. What? Like if it... Okay, so this guy thinks that like Middle Eastern people were like some fucking rabid animal who've never seen beautiful women because apparently Arab women are disgusting or something. That we see a big-breasted blonde woman and we wait, what? You sick fuck. Fuck that guy, man. Oh, fuck that. I support her comment about his wife 100%. I support her comment about his wife 100%. Your wife got 3 baby daddies, boy. Your wife got 3 baby daddies. You fucking piece of shit. We're going to listen to that again. What?
Ugly mud catfish.
But again,
Close. It's not even in the same
I think
universe.
the idea of them being booty or loot is kind of ridiculous. But again,
Why?
even if I grant you all of this,
Do you think
which
they're like
I
these?
don't,
Do you think like the ugly mud catfish over in the Middle East? They get themselves some prime real estate of a nice,
Ugly mud catfish. So we're ugly mud catfish. And the way he calls women prime real estate, he's calling blonde women, or like just an American, a white woman in the Middle East, prime real estate. You think if they get a piece of prime real estate like that, they're going to keep their hands off it? You sick motherfucker, man. Hey, Rafiqun, ya bala sharaf. Jim D. Dukas with another $10 dono. Jim, you better stop. Jim, enough. Going crazy in there. The soldier taking the Nazi flag off the top of the Reichstag was a woman. One of the most famous photos of the liberation of Berlin. Let's look up that photo. Let us look up that photo. I love it when Jim hits us with some history lessons. Boom. Oh, that is such a nice photo. Let's open it up and look at it. And is that the photo? Jim? I get Drac, an ugly mud catfish is me, apparently. Me and all my Arab men brothers. We're all ugly mud catfish. And we've apparently never seen beautiful women before. This is a beautiful photo. If that's the photo. Mudmud sends another £2. It says hard drive check time. Too many red flags. Hard drive check time. A lot of red flags. This guy's fucking crazy. That's the pig. Damn, that is an epic fucking picture. That's an epic photo right there. So again, back to the context. That picture is the soldier taking the Nazi flag off of the Reichstag was a woman, one of the most famous photos of the liberation of Berlin. Let's fucking go!
Big-breasted blonde chick. You think that that's not like prime real estate to those guys?
Do you think there's no men out there in the Middle East that are into men and wouldn't be delighted?
You know what happens when you're in the Middle East and you're into men? Do you know what happens in the Middle East when you're into men? There's a special thing they do called fucking kill you.
Yes.
That's what happens.
There's also these places called gay bars that you can go to in Lebanon and gay clubs. Eidib Sheklak, Eidib Ummak. Piece of shit. I mean, sure, not all Middle Eastern countries are as open as Lebanon, and Lebanon has a long way to go before being like totally open to gay people. It's a lot of it is hush hush on the down low, okay? But like, still, hey, it ain't that bad, okay? You're not gonna get killed in Lebanon for being gay, okay?
Absolutely, yes, but that is why essaying prisoners would be ideal, because it can be an excuse
Kate sends $3 and says W's in chat for everyone who isn't a cis man. Let's go to all of our non-cis man chatters.
to demoralize.
Like the stream, by the way, everybody. Like the stream.
There are very much.
And so what would you do? Like, let's pretend Charlie is the enemy commander.
Okay.
You're the enemy commander, and your orders are to win the war by any means necessary against your enemies. And you found out that your enemies were fielding female soldiers in frontline combat where your troops had access to them. Now, what would be more diabolical or easier than creating special units whose entire job was to just capture these enemy soldiers, these female enemy soldiers, essay them, record their screams, and send it to the enemy, and then release them pregnant with their babies?
Oh my god. I think this is what this guy fucking fantasizes about every day. This is some fucking fan fiction. Is he writing like a novel about this? Or like that's what an actual military does? What would be easier, to kill them or to kidnap them? Find some complex way to kidnap them, not harm them, just so that you can essay them, impregnate them, and then send the recordings of their screams to their enemies. Like, dude, they're just gonna fucking shoot them and kill them. They're gonna lob a grenade at them and fucking kill them just the way they would kill a man. And if they so happen to capture one, then they'll capture one. The plan is not going to be let's kidnap them for maximum effect and maximum psychological torture. No female enemy soldier shall be harmed. They are too precious. They must be essayed. They must be raped and then impregnated with your seed. And then we shall send the recordings of their screams to their husbands to demoralize their military. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, we got to check the hard drive. We got to check the hard drive. Mud is right. Mud, it's time to check his fucking hard drive.
That work out for Japan?
It worked out fine. They went through Nanking, and they absolutely did that. It was called the raping of Nanking.
Yes,
that's what it was called.
I'm fully aware of what it was called, but I mean...
It worked out well for them. They completely demoralized the Chinese. They completely subjugated them under their boots.
And then we dropped 2 atom bombs on them, and now they are...
Did China do that?
State. No.
No.
But their ally, the U.S., did it.
And was the U.S. fielding women in front...
It worked? Is he saying dropping an atom bomb worked?
Line combats in Japan? No.
They had nurses, but no.
No, but the Chinese, right? They were greeting anybody they could. And the thing is funny is the first thing the Japanese did as part of their...
Can you imagine being like married to a debater like that, or like dating someone like that who just wants to like fucking debate everything over dinner?
Demoralization campaign was essay all the women and make sure that, and one of the big pieces of propaganda that they had was all of your future children are now our future children.
Yeah, it's horrible and awful. But again, look at where China is now, and look at where Japan is now. You know, people joke about the Chinese century, but I think China is a very powerful world superpower, and Japan is an American vassal state, essentially. So I think at the end of the day...
I would argue that more people would want to live in Japan than they would in China.
That doesn't change the fact that China has...
Yeah, that doesn't fucking matter. More tourists want to go visit Japan, okay, but like, what's Japan's impact on the world?
much more powerful than Japan.
Yeah, but it's also got way more people than Japan and a much larger landmass and way more access to resources. And we allowed them to continue to have an offensive military post-war. In Japan, we took that away from.
Well, we didn't have the option to take that away from China because they were our ally.
Well, we did right at the
We
start.
allow them?
Or have the option to, but we didn't. But the point is that the Japanese have not been allowed to have a military. We don't allow them to have an offensive one.
Yeah, because of what happened last time.
Yeah, exactly. But the point is that, again, that's the second reason. That's the second. And then you have the third reason, which is that they can't meet the minimum requirements which would be necessary for us to even fill them if we wanted to in those situations, because they would get killed so quickly. I mean, they would just get killed so quickly.
I don't know if you have a good idea of
Are you saying women would get killed so quickly in the military?
what. No offense, but like I feel like maybe your idea of like what war looks like now is like dudes charging at each other with guns, and that's not really how it works.
What do you think war
nowadays.
looks like right now, Charlie?
It's drone warfare at the moment. We don't really do boots on the ground anymore.
Is
It's
there a lot of
bombs.
drone warfare going on in Russia
It's
and
also
Ukraine?
guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Stop.
Russia.
He's only bringing up Russia and fucking Ukraine right now. It's all he's got. Motherfucker, how are the Israelis butchering the Palestinians right now? It's mostly fucking drones. It's fucking drones. Whenever they do try boots on the ground, they get their fucking asses handed to them. So stop mentioning Ukraine, the one outlier.
Not super familiar with Russia and Ukraine, but I know there's a lot of tanks, and they're blowing people up.
They've mostly been focusing on drone combat. I'm going to tell you something really interesting that happened.
Okay.
So the Russians brought back the Dragoon, the actual Dragoon, and instead of using a horse, they use a motorcycle instead to outpace drones, and they mount AK-47 machine guns to the front of their motorcycles, and
That's
they
crazy.
fly past the enemy and they mow them down.
A woman couldn't do that?
No, she couldn't.
A woman
For the most part,
No, she couldn't. Why? She just couldn't. Because men ride motorcycles and men carry AK-47s. It's a man thing. That's basically what it is. What are they debating again? Feminist Rachel Wilson crashes show. Whatever debates. This is confusing as all hell.
Motorcycle and shoot.
no, I don't think she could. I think that I don't think you really understand the physical weight requirements that are necessary to both control a motorcycle, have a heavy
Okay.
machine gun mounted to it.
Okay, one second. YouTube. Let's just look up some women motocross videos. Women motocross. Let's just watch. Oh, what's that? A whole bunch of women motocross videos? Come on, ladies. Best of Women's Enduro Action and Skills 2016. Let's watch these women who cannot ride motorcycles, guys. You ready? Remember, women can't ride motorcycles. Allez, allez! Sorry, guys, we're switching to French.
Pour l'Espagne.
Wait, how are they doing this? Is that a woman? Is that really a woman, guys? Dizzle McFizzle sends a $5 dono. It says, I was in the Air Force and my convoy commander was a woman. We did 38 combat missions with her and we all made it home under her command. Yeah, Dizzle, I refuse to believe that women can lead. You're lying about that. You're lying. No way your convoy commander was a woman. I refuse to believe it. Oh, they're speaking Italian. They're not speaking French. My bad. I can't speak Italian, folks. Me no speak it.
Su posición y aventajando a sus rivales en el cómputo general.
Anyways, what was he saying about women and riding bikes? Whoop.
To it that you're also firing.
And shoot
No,
them.
I don't think she could. I think no, No, she couldn't.
A woman
For the most
couldn't ride
part,
a motorcycle and shoot a
no,
gun?
I don't think she could. I think that I don't think you really understand the physical weight requirements that are necessary to both control a motorcycle, have a heavy machine gun mounted to it that you're also firing, and carry the requisite equipment to do this. I don't
I mean,
think
it would
you
be
have.
tied to the motorcycle.
That doesn't make it less unwieldy. Very hard to wield. It requires physical strength to do these things.
Yes,
And only a man can do it. Only a strong man like myself can do it. I'm a strong man.
shot guns before. It's just
Oh, it's Spanish. Spanish.
unclear how a gun being mounted on a motorcycle, you're not having to carry it. You were just
There's-
riding the motorcycle.
You have to control the motorcycle with your muscles.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know how motorcycles
Yes.
work.
So, like, are they actually attaching these fucking... What? Russia, was it Russia motorcycle AK-47? My guy, he's fucking making this shit up. Madama sends another £2 and says, but boys are born with motorbikes and guns. Exactly. He says, boys good, women bad. Girls weak.
And the heavier the front end of them is, the more you have to use them muscles to steer
Well,
it.
these probably aren't American.
And by the way, what do you think the
Harley-Davidsons.
110-pound woman's going to do? Kick up the kickstand and keep it up, or do you think she's going to fall over with
presumably
it?
they wouldn't be recruiting 110.
But it's not just that. They are in Russia and Ukraine charging at each other with machine guns. They are on the ground fighting, just like it's World War II looking combat more than anything else. It's infantry-based warfare all over the Ukraine. Why do you think so many people are dying? Why do you think they're dying so much? Because they're engaged in frontline infantry combat day in and day out.
Is it not a lot of guerrilla stuff?
Yes, of course, guerrilla fighting is always part of warfare.
All right, I feel like that is what the majority of warfare is now: bombs, drones, guerrilla stuff.
War will always come down after you get past the technological barriers. So if you have a first world nation attacking a third world nation, sure, right? They're left with guerrilla warfare. We use massive amounts of technology to level major cities, things like this.
Yeah, what Israel's doing in Gaza, basically. They'll level a city, and then those cowardly little soldiers will try to march their way, but then the badass guerrilla resistance fighters will fuck them up from the, from underground, from the rubble.
And then send in an occupying force. They
Jim
fight-
says, but he talks and these words come out. Continuing with Mudmud's message. He does talk and these words do come out.
the occupying force with guerrilla warfare. That's true. But when it comes to first world nations, that's different. They have technology. They're going to blow the hell out of each other, right? But then when they blow up each other's technology, it still comes down to infantry-based combat. Why do you think they train people to be infantrymen? Because it still comes down to that. And there's lots of places you can't get technology. You can't always get technology.
It doesn't always come down to that, man. Most of the time, once you've ravaged a town or something, a lot of the time, they'll give up. The military will give up. When people don't give up is when, like, it's not the military. It's like the fucking people themselves. The resistance. The locals. They're the ones who never give up. They're the ones that you need to take out. Not need to, but, like, you know what I'm saying.
Deep dark jungle or in the high deserts or in the snow-covered
That is true.
fields and
Ukraine
plains.
is low on, I think they're Poland very, very old.
It's not just that. Think about here in the United States. You're going to get a tank through Michigan in
You eat sniz, dude.
wintertime? I don't think so. I don't think so. So the thing is like, yeah, it requires the requisite is a lot of strength.
Marina, have a good night. Enjoy your Friday night.
Regardless of technology, and even utilizing technology requires a lot of physical strength. Tanks require loading from shells, carrying tons of shells, carrying tons of equipment and ammunition, and not only that, you have to be more resistant to the elements. And men are more resistant to elements than women are, and so they have kind of everything going for them. They're the
Okay, we're just great. We're stronger. We're more resistant to the elements. We're smarter. We just have everything going for us. This is what the debate is: men versus women. Look at, I love her face. It's like the men have everything going for us. She's like, get me the fuck out of here, dude.
super soldier, and they were designed basically to be super soldiers, right? That's
I mean, I think you might have an exaggerated idea of what the average starving Russian farm boy might look like.
I think that
a lot of the boys recruited into, or drafted into warfare over to, like across.
How do you think you would
history.
do in a physical fist fight with the average Russian starving farm boy?
Depends on how tall he is. I have beaten. Well, it's been a long time.
I love that when he asks that question, like the face he makes, like, yeah, it's like he got her. How would you do in a physical fist fight with an average starving Russian farm boy? In what kind of debate would you ask that question? What kind of conversation are you having as to where this is a serious question that is asked? Oh my God.
Across.
How do you think you would do in a physical fist fight with the average Russian starving farm boy?
Depends on how tall he is.
Dizzle McFizzle sends another 5 and says, in basic training, we had a sister fight Another fight, we were partnered with all women. More of them qualified marksmen than our fight of all men. We had a sister flight. Another fight, we were partnered with all women. More of them qualified marksmen than our flight of all men. Oh, I'm sure, man. Women are probably extremely accurate with a gun, with a rifle. Like, this guy is like a little 5-year-old boy making the most basic claims.
I have beaten, well, it's been a long time since I've
I mean,
fought my
honestly,
brothers,
out of just any random Russian farm boy who's starving that you can think of, who you came across, right? How well do you think you would do if you tangled up with him in a physical conflict?
physical fist fighting, not well.
Not well.
But if I had a gun, I think we'd be about equal.
Yeah, but
or
if
a knife, or a spear, or swords.
But if he had a
I think we'd be
gun,
fine.
I don't think you would be equal. I think that starving peasant who's male is still going to be 10 times more dangerous than you with a gun.
With a gun?
Yes, he's fat. He's going to be faster.
again,
he's going to be
this is-
stronger. He's going to have
women
better
and men
predatory instincts.
are,
Like, if he's starving, he's gonna be a little bit foggy. He's not gonna be that good with a gun. Okay, if she's not starving, if she's had a meal and she's got a gun, she's got a pretty good shot of killing that guy. Okay, even with guns, he's starving. But he did say that men with disabilities are still better soldiers than able-bodied women. So actually, he's being consistent with what he said earlier. He might not be right, but he did say that disabled men are still better soldiers than women. So let's give him that. Let's give him points for consistency.
like they are like equal when it comes to using guns.
You're thinking about this the wrong way. If I set you
Yeah, she's thinking about this the wrong way. Of course. Yes.
up right here, okay? And if we lay you down on a table and you have a rifle and the rifle's been sighted in, and all you have to do is aim it at the target and pull the trigger, you can do that equal to a man. Totally agree. But if you have to carry that fucking thing for 60 miles and all the ammunition that comes with it and all the equipment that you need to sustain yourself to survive in any sort of environment with you, you're going to have a huge problem. And the reason you're going to have a huge problem is because you don't have to just carry your equipment. You got to carry the guy's equipment next to you as well for the things that they're doing. And men are on average 50 to 75% stronger than women. That's why they're capable of doing that. Women aren't.
Well, the me of right now is perhaps, yes, not equipped to do that, but there are certainly women who, carry very heavy loads when
The next chapter is called Testosterone for War, by the way. So they're sticking to this topic for a minute.
they camp or hike
I agree.
and travel far distances. There's also,
There are
I think
some
that,
women,
that a woman
yes.
who hunts regularly would be much, better equipped in that sort of scenario than, like, I don't know, a teenage boy who's
No.
never picked up a gun in his
No,
life.
because it's the strength differential means so much.
Not with a gun.
With a gun, it means a lot. You have to. Okay.
Okay, not
I
knowing
wish
how to
I
use
wish
a
we
gun.
had one here so I could demonstrate this for you, but I think I can at least express it for you. Okay. Do you agree with me that ammunition weighs a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Weighs a lot.
It weighs a lot.
It's a
Okay.
bitch.
How would you feel about carrying 400 rounds of it on your chest?
I would hate it.
Yeah, along with full magazines and the rifle itself and your clean.
Drac makes a good point. He says, this woman is so much fitter than he is. Yeah, dude, I'm pretty sure she would last way longer than you carrying heavy equipment in the middle of the fucking desert. You would be gassed within 15 minutes just looking at you, and not trying to body shame or anything, but like, just, she looks way healthier than you are. Like, just quick observation.
Kit with it and your food for the day, your basic mess kit, your basic mess gear, your sleeping bag, everything else that you have. And then at the end of a long hike, you're expected to fight.
I wonder, this is kind of an insane proposition. I do want to go back to, again, like women during warfare because, okay, let me actually not make a, I was going to say, I mean, my goodness, if we really needed to, we could just start giving women testosterone if we needed to get them as buff as the average
Yeah,
man.
but you see the whole net.
If we were desperate for it, we could start giving women tea and they would get pretty jacked pretty quickly.
Yeah, do you see the issue there, though? That should be pretty obvious right away. Which is
Well, I mean,
that.
it would be forcing someone to take HRT.
No, that's not the issue. The issue is, it's like, why wouldn't you just give it to the men?
Because
Because now you-
testosterone in men just turns into estrogen, which is why people looking to transition to, have more male secondary sex characteristics, they have to be careful about the dosage of testosterone they take.
Sure.
Otherwise, it loops around and turns back into estrogen.
Sure, but if it's the case you're looking for a strength differential, right? Most men are short on testosterone anyway.
Guys, I'm going to rewind 20 seconds because I'm going to go get a couple of slices of sourdough bread. Too many slices.
Okay, let me actually not make a, I was going to say, I mean, my goodness, if we really needed to, we could just start giving women testosterone if we needed to get them as buff as the average
Yeah,
man.
but you see the whole net.
If we were desperate for it, we could start giving women tea and they would get pretty jacked pretty quickly.
Yeah, do you see the issue there, though? That should be pretty obvious right away. Which is
Well, I mean,
that.
it would be forcing someone to take HRT.
No, that's not the issue. The issue is, it's like, why wouldn't you just give it to the men? Because
Excessive
now you-
testosterone in men just turns into estrogen, which is why people looking to transition to, have more male secondary sex characteristics. They have to be careful about the dosage of testosterone they take.
Sure.
Otherwise, it loops around and turns back into estrogen.
Sure, but if it's the case you're looking for a strength differential,
Sorry, guys. Sorry. How am I doing chair reacts? I'm fucking hungry, man. All right, I didn't eat a lot today. I've just got literally some fucking sourdough. I'm just gonna eat it. Just bread. I'm raw dogging the bread. I'm not even gonna toast it. I just want... Is it still soft? Oh, it's still pretty soft. Fuck yeah. I just want to eat the soft, white center of some sourdough slices, folks. That's literally what I'm doing. This is my meal for the next 20 minutes. Just gonna... Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh. Just all of that. Just tear that shit up. Oh, yeah. Fucking bread, baby. Let's go.
right? Most men are short on testosterone anyway, and you could give them TRT.
Why not give it to them all?
That's one. But two, for women, TRT and its effects and changes on your physical body would take years. It doesn't take weeks. It takes years for your muscles to start to increase.
I know quite a bit about this.
Oh, we got water. Oh, we got some water too. Not enough. I didn't want to take too long. Maki's here. Makuki, go to your place. Go to the place, Maki. No, don't come here. I mean, you can come here, of course. Come here, Makuki. I'll go. Go to the blankie. You want to go to the blankie? You want to go to the blankie? What's on your face? What's that stuff? Okay, we're gonna put Maki onto the blankie. Go to the blankie, Maki. Go to the blankie. Oh, you sweet boy. You sweet boy. We're gonna get dinner soon, I promise. I'm gonna give you dinner. Here, come. Spend time with me, but sit over there. Yeah, Makuki. Come on, stay. You wanna stay? Makuki wants to hang out. What up, Makuki? You're gonna get dinner in a bit, baby.
Go ahead.
Doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Natuti's coming up now.
Definitely.
I have
does.
very personal experience with this. It does.
You became 50% stronger using
What's up,
TRT. You became equivalent in strength to the average man using TRT.
I mean, my muscles immediately grew. Yes.
Yeah, your muscles will immediately grow.
They
But so what?
immediately grew, and I also wasn't even working out.
They would
Like,
need
if I
to-
started,
what they would
if
need
I
to do,
started
yeah.
working out.
It's like he's smelling the bread. You're so cute, Maki. You're such a sweet boy, Maki. God, guys, I love fucking bread. Bread is so fucking good.
While I was on T, I would be jacked out of my mind.
Sure.
I would be stronger.
And you
than
would still be
most
weaker
men.
than the... No, you wouldn't be stronger than most men. That's the problem.
I think I would want to see for that reason, a study on if FTM people are like how long it takes for them to become as strong.
Can I
as the
logically
average
demonstrate it for you?
man. Surely there's.
Okay, I can just logically demonstrate it for
Okay.
you. How many of these F to M's are in male contact sports? Can you name one?
Yeah, there's a.
It better be a contact sport. Better not be water
It's
polo.
wrestling. There was a.
What wrestling? Pro wrestling?
No. It
You
was.
guys had a Maki appearance. And now we have a Nata appearance. Hello, Nata. Is the sourdough bread making you guys come up here for the bread? You guys really want some sourdough? I tried giving Nata a little piece of sourdough yesterday. She was not interested. Say hi, Nata. People don't see you enough.
The story was on an FTM teenager in high school who was getting a lot of flack for being on the women's team, and so they switched him to the men's team, and he did fine. So yeah, it's a male contact sport.
I would like to know what this story is so I can look into it.
Okay,
But
it's been like
I'm not aware.
I am referencing.
Yeah, I'm not
something
aware
I
of
saw
any.
in, like Tumblr in 2013.
Yeah, I'm not aware of any professional athletes in the NFL or in the NBA or in any of these places which are F to M, and I mean anywhere they can't compete with the men. They'll just get crushed. They'd
Those
be
are
destroyed.
also peak athletes.
Is F to M like female to male? Is that what he means?
Like, are we?
But
Talking
isn't it
about,
scalable? Like they would be peak athletes too.
Do you think that everyone else, like, I feel that everyone has, based on their genetics, a level of potential that they can reach.
Yeah.
And I think even if you take testosterone, you still have that limit. I think that the vast majority of men will never be.
You know what?
Prime
I'll just grant that you could jack women up on TRT.
Make 'em mega
okay?
jacked.
You
Which
ain't-
would be ridiculous
Yeah,
and
it's
insane.
ridiculous. You
Yeah.
ain't going to do it. But even then, it doesn't deal with the problem of the SA. It doesn't deal with that issue at all.
Well, they'd start growing beards, and their voices would drop.
Do you think that would stop them from being essayed?
No, of course not.
Okay, then.
But
Are they
that's
still
also a
talking about women
consequence
getting
of,
women
you know,
soldiers getting essayed in war?
Going to war, unfortunately, you can be captured and tortured. It's horrible, but it's what.
But it's going to be way more horrible for women.
I mean, God, prisoners of war, male prisoners of war, suffer quite horribly. I mean, we could also consider that it's quite possible.
They're not essayed 50 times a day, and women would be.
Sure, but I would assume that female prisoners would not be given harsher, would be given less harsh physical punishments versus the men.
Less harsh physical punishment than being raped?
No, but what I mean is like.
What's a less harsh punishment than that?
Like having like your freaking legs and arms broken and being like beaten to a bloody pulp every day.
Didn't you think that most women, if they had to choose, would prefer that over SA? Because most of the feminists I've talked to would claim that they would.
Over having my legs and arms broken? My God, I would have to decide in the moment because
I guess.
Those both sound pretty awful.
They both sound pretty awful.
Both sound pretty awful.
But being sent back home pregnant with your essayers' kids, too, that would be hugely demoralizing on your countrymen, wouldn't it?
I don't know what starvation.
That'd be mostly. He's not even saying like being essayed and being impregnated by your essayer would be horrible for you. He's like, it would be hugely demoralizing for your country. Think about the victim first. Just at least see her as a human being and be like, hey, it would be horrible for the person and then demoralizing for the country. He just jumps over like he sees them as fucking pawns. What a fucking psycho.
And long-term imprisonment would do for someone's fertility.
Why does it even need to be long-term? They could just do it over a couple of weeks, send you home pregnant.
Sure, and then that person could abort or keep the child.
That's
their choice.
That's horribly traumatic.
It's horribly traumatic, yes, correct.
Not just for you, for your countrymen, for your husband, for your parents, right? It's the most demoralizing thing I could ever think of doing to the enemy.
What kind of hypothetical? He's been going on about this for like 15 minutes.
It is horrific, and it happens all the time. Women are essayed and forced, keep...
Not only that, can we just point out that in the military itself, the essay rates for women are really high, just being in the military, period.
Yes.
They're not good for women anyway. They probably shouldn't be in the military anyway, because they're constantly essayed anyway.
I don't have any thoughts on that, because that is...
By who? Who's essaying these women? Yeah? Men? Notice? What did he talk about? How many men commit sexual assaults and rape every year? You think that goes against his argument that men are so much better than women? Who's committing all these rapes that you're so excited about using as an argument? Ma cookie making biscotti? Ma cuckoo making biscotto? Ma cuckoo? Ma cookie? Sweet little Makuki making biscuits, folks. He's making little biscotti.
a very significant issue.
Huge issue that would...
Madman is saying his chatters are calling her delusional. Wait, where? Yeah, I saw a super chat. What did it say a couple seconds ago? When I was in the Marines, I saw multiple female Marines get stress fractures and hip injuries during rucks. Loads were reduced for them. 60 to 70 pounds plus rifle is no joke on the body.
Rates for women are really high, just being in the military, period.
Yes.
They're not good for women anyway. They probably shouldn't be in the military anyway, because they're constantly essayed anyway.
I don't have any thoughts on that, because that is a very significant issue.
Huge issue that would go away. It would go away if women weren't in the military.
I think different units could be better for that. However, I do
You're
want
going to have the
Did
Charlie...
he say rape would go away if women were not in the military? You know, rape would go away if men weren't in the military. Weirdly enough, it would be cut down significantly. Stop blaming the fucking victims. Rapes would be cut down significantly if men weren't in the fucking military. You fucking dumbass. What an idiot. His thing is like, get rid of the victims, get rid of potential victims. Men won't have anyone to rape. But weirdly enough, they still do. They still rape other men. You dumb fuck.
any thoughts on that, because that is a very significant issue.
Huge issue that would go away. It would go away if women weren't in the military.
I think different units could be better for that. However, I do.
You're going to have the Charlie all-female fighting force?
I mean, yeah, didn't the
You know what I would do if I
didn't
were
the Soviets have an all-female sniper? They had all-female sniper.
I'm going to just, I hate
units.
to.
Did they not?
Yeah, I hate to be the person to, because it's like telling a kid that there's no such thing as Santa Claus, but the female super soldier snipers from the Soviet Union were propaganda. They didn't exist. They weren't real.
Well, I'd have to look into that.
Yeah,
but...
look into it, but
Okay.
the big female ass-kicking chicks, 99% propaganda. And by the way, for the minute was too. 99% propaganda.
Meg sends $2 and says, weirdly enough, go off, King. Thank you, Meg. I mean, yeah. I mean, am I wrong? Jim sends $2 and says, essay would go away if men didn't essay. Basically. So he's the problem. Yet he's sitting here saying that men are better than women. And if women weren't if only these pesky women weren't there to be victimized by men.
They had outrageous kill counts, 700, 800, 900. Give me a fucking break. Yeah, right. Not even close. But what are you going to say? That your enemy comes out with a report that says that their sniper killed 120 of yours. Is your report going to say that you only killed 10 of theirs? No, of course not. You match propaganda with propaganda.
Well, yeah, it's also.
Raimi hates this dude. He says, I hate this dude so much. Everyone hates him. Kate says his smile is ugly. Man with long last name says, I feel like she's already fallen into the trap of arguing about the military. This is like the trans sports issue where people forget about the way bigger issue and argue about small details. Ooh, let's see what message was deleted by Haley. Nope, highest essay is women to women relationship. Same for violence. Really? Who wrote that? Anthony Williams, you really believe that shit? Come on, man. Anthony, where'd you get that stat from? It's so fucking stupid. I mean, we can look it up right now and disprove it, man.
World War II. It's not like we can really.
And
what's going on.
It was way
But that
overstated.
being said, women in the military, whatever. Do you think that women do not suffer when their sons?
Amen, Meg. Thank you so much for another generous $5 dono, Meg. Says essay would go away if men went away. War would go away if men went away. Fork found in kitchen. Sky is blue. I mean, pretty much, to be honest with you, everything he's arguing is a men's fault. So he's just making her argument for her. It's been 42 minutes of him just proving why men are shit, essentially.
Husbands, brothers, fathers are sent to war.
Yeah, they suffer.
Because I would, I can't.
Google the night witches. Okay. If this is porn, Drac. The Night Witches is a World War II German nickname for all-female military aviators of the 588th Night Bomber Regiment, known later as the 46th Taman Guards of the Night Bomber Aviation Red Banner, the Order of the Suvoroi Regiment. All-female military aviators. That's fucking awesome. As Ela Klein would say, boss, we love the Israeli military for having female pilots as they bomb the Iranians. I mean, like, guys, I don't want to be celebrating all these female soldiers and stuff, so don't get me wrong as well, yeah? Haley D sends $2 and says he said cats are better than women too. Wait, did I miss that? Did he say that now? Did I miss that? Okay, so that guy got essentially. He done got. Okay. Drac, thank you for the historical lesson, just like Jim hitting us with some historical facts.
Say what I would do if, my brothers and father were sent to die just to make some rich guy more money. I can't tell you what I would do. It's
Yeah, but I mean, it's preferable to not die.
Yes.
Than to die.
Yes.
So you still get the better end of the deal.
Why would I vote to send my brothers and my dad to war? Why would I go, yes, oh, just what I wanted. I want all the men I love to die. Like I feel like that's ridiculous.
Women are susceptible to propaganda in many ways that men aren't, and they're the most susceptible.
Oh my God. Women are susceptible to propaganda in ways that men are not. Okay, this guy's just fucking doing fan fiction right now. What the fuck is that? Are you gonna prove any of this shit?
To it.
Would you like the sniper overview?
Yeah, sure.
I love her reaction to that. It's like, what?
Most susceptible to it.
Would you like the sniper
It's like, what the fuck is that? What kind of art? Okay, you can just say anything in this debate, I guess. That's what we're doing. Just say anything.
overview?
Yeah, sure.
So Soviet female sniper units were a small percentage compared to male snipers. There were 430,000 snipers trained in the Soviet Union during World War II, only 2,000 of which were women. And a fraction of the total sniper force were women.
Okay, yeah.
That means women bad, men good.
Very, very small. I knew that about them being very, very small.
And their kill counts were also very small and wildly blown out of proportion. Wildly blown out of proportion.
It does say that the male snipers.
Oh my God, man. This guy cannot. He's so fucking petty. He's so even like, okay, we've established there were very few female snipers and their kill counts were also shit. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. What point does that prove? Men are stronger. Okay, you 50-year-old fucking grown man with a gray fucking beard.
Had higher kill counts.
Well, I guess a kill is a kill. What can I
Yeah,
say?
but I would just point this out that
Men are stronger than women, don't you forget.
aside, the problem is that right now in the Ukraine, if you're part of the voting bloc and you get invaded, for instance, women can vote to leave the men behind to kill while they leave. And that's exactly what's going on. The women aren't required to fight. They're leaving. They're allowed to
you think
leave.
that
And
the
the
men-
Ukraine men are not allowed to leave.
Do you think that the men, I think that's horrible, but how do the men in Ukraine feel about it? Because I do think that there are often
No, yeah. The men would want the women to leave and be safe, you dumb fuck. No, stay here and die with me, my love. No, get to fucking safety. Get out of here. I'll stay. I'll do what I have to protect you, protect my own. You go to safety. Women and children, get the fuck out. Go to safety. He's like, nah, lady, you fucking staying here. You're dying with me. I go, you go. You hear me? I go, you go. That's how we doing this here in this household. We die as a family. Junior, come over here. You're dying with daddy.
men with very, strong ideas about chivalry who would say, that's my duty.
Sure. Totally
and
agree.
to carry on our country.
yeah, I completely agree.
Women need to go. Because
Ragda says, I'm not going to lie, this is such a useless debate. Ragda, I could not agree more. And this is why we're going to watch the full fucking thing. Useless as fuck.
that's very much
But
a
what would
thing.
that have to do with the justice of it all or the injustice of it all?
Well, there's no justice in that. That's not.
Yeah, it's not just. And so the thing is,
But
is
also,
that when
who is
for the
allowing
practical,
these sorts of votes to pass? Is it a woman in power that is making these things happen?
well, in a democracy, yes. Aren't all women in power?
In a
Yeah.
He's that guy in the Kate from Canada says he's that guy in the Titanic that pushes the women and children out of the way to get to a lifeboat. Precisely.
No, you don't have the power to vote.
I can vote, but the people who are deciding what I can
Then
vote
you have
on-
equal power to men.
Certainly, yes, the men of who are
Wait.
deciding.
Let me see the super chat that he got. From Dudu, sends 20 Canadian dollars and told him, to be honest, I'm actually worried about all the Islam being let into Western society who go around bragging that they will grape all our women and use our own women to off us. Oh my God, man. These guys have the most fucking brain dead audience of all time. I'm worried about all the Islam being let into Western society who go around. So the Islam are letting into he's calling Muslims Islam. All the Islam let into society. They go around bragging that they will grape all our women and use our women to off us.
What I can
Then you
vote
have
on.
equal power to men.
Certainly, yes, the men of my status, but not the lawmakers, not the politicians.
You're in charge of the politicians that get put into office.
Hardly.
Jim sends another $5 donation. Jim, thank you so much. This debate is like men. Useless as fuck, but tedious. Both useless as fuck and tedious. Thank you so much, Jim. We love you.
I think that's a.
You and the collection of voters, yes, and you vote for collective interests, just like we vote for collective interests.
We try to, but do you think that American politicians and lawmakers largely reflect the interests of the people?
Interestingly enough, I think now they do. I think that the truth is that
Really? What makes you say that?
I talk to the average progressive. Yeah, I think they do. I think that we're getting exactly what we paid for and what we vote for. So yeah, I do. I think that we have an immoral government because we have an immoral populace, and I think that that's always that generally tends to be the case. Now, not always, but I think generally, yeah, we have exactly the government we deserve, which is a bunch of incompetent fucking assholes who are out there to fuck us over, right?
That's very bleak. But
So does he not like MAGA?
I can't say I disagree with you there
Yeah.
on that. However, my point is that we typically don't get a say oftentimes in what we vote on, what laws are passed.
Doo-doo is hitting them with another super chat. Doo-doo now tells them, these are the reasons why I say women should not be in the military, due to the worst treatment if captured. Really? That's so selfless of you, Doo-doo.
I mean, we can try our best, you know, when the midterms come up. I don't know how democracy works in Ukraine. I am woefully uneducated on Ukraine and Russia. But again, I feel like you would want to turn to the politicians and lawmakers that are allowing these injustices to occur.
Well, I guess before we get to that, can we just start with agreeing that that's an unjust and non-equitable system,
Correct,
that women
yes.
can vote to send men to wars they don't have to fight?
I mean, I think being able to, it's not just women. It would also be old men. It would be disabled
No,
men.
because there's still the potential which exists there, uniquely
Hello, my
for them.
beautiful Nata. Come here. Come here. Come here, my Natucci. Come here. Yo. Look at this reach. Hey, look at this tiny baby. Hey, look at this tiny baby. Yo. Did you guys hear that? Oh. Did you guys hear a little squeak? She's so orange. You're so orange, Natucci. And Makuki, you're so white, and you're still making biscuits over there. Maki's hard at work making more biscuits. We gotta get the order in, Maki. We got a lady ordered 2 dozens. She wants 2 dozen cookies. Quickly. Quickly, Makuki. Not to go help him make more biscuits. Maki, quickly. Don't you stop making biscuits, okay? You still gotta put them in the oven. You gotta get the chocolate chips in. Don't you stop. So did you guys hear the squeak? You guys heard the squeak? Was it audible? We fixed the mic settings, so you might have caught a little squeak. She squeaks. She doesn't really meow. She's a squeaker.
That even old men, if they have skills and the government wants them, they are definitely going to go. And the government can force them to do it via these various draft
skills
acts.
would be the same things that women would be sent over for.
No.
You want
For
to sit up
instance,
here?
my
What do we want? What skills we need from?
Makuki wants to sit up here like he did yesterday. Come here, Makuki. Come. Yeah, come here, my boo-boo. Sorry. No, stay here, Makuki. What's up? You want your dinner? Deville, you want to watch with me here? Let's watch.
Women in warfare, they don't have any of this STEM. They have none of the
Medicine.
STEM degrees.
Medicine.
But why would we need women for nursing?
Correct, yes, for healthcare.
But they've always been nurses.
Yeah, and we did also have
Yeah.
female nurses in wars. Florence Nightingale is a
and they didn't get
significant
shot because
figure.
they were nowhere near the front lines. They're always behind.
All right, well, you know what?
Behind enemy
My grandfather
Yeah.
was drafted into Vietnam,
Yeah.
and he was a doctor.
Yeah.
He was not near.
Haley, your comment made me laugh out loud. Haley sends $5, says he thinks that old and fat men who would die from COVID are better to draft for battle than women. Pretty much. That's pretty much what he's saying. He's so inconsistent. Yeah, only fat old people are dying from COVID, but those fat old people, I'd rather have that fight in the military than a woman. God damn it. Pooh. We're trying to leave. You're trying to leave? Don't bite the phone, Maki.
The front lines ever at all.
Sure.
He was a very valuable
But he had the
asset. He was a
potential
doctor.
to be.
No.
Yes.
They were not going to waste a doctor on the front lines. Are you crazy?
Unless the war came to him. And the thing is that sometimes it did. Like
Well,
they
yeah,
had the
I mean,
Tet
the hospital
offensive.
got bombed.
They
but
had
there
the
were
Tet.
also female nurses like in the same housing on the same boats that were also bombed.
Usually they keep them
Hold up.
separate.
Maki, don't sit on the computer. Can't carry your weight.
And evacuate them first, just like they did during the Tet Offensive. When the Tet Offensive happened in Vietnam, that was during the Tet holiday, their like Day of the Dead, and there was a Tet ceasefire, and they broke the ceasefire. They attacked military bases all over Vietnam and just fucking decimated us. It was
Awful.
brutal.
Yeah.
But the thing is like even the nurses who were there, which by the way are still mostly male, I believe, but even
Kate, but I'm also warm. He doesn't need to sit on the computer for warmth. I can give him all the warmth he needs.
ones who are female, they get evacuated first. Women are always evacuated first. In other words, the potentiality is always there for these men. It's not really there for these women. And I don't know why.
What is he complaining about now? Women are... Because... Because men should want to evacuate their women. What is he saying? It's like some kind of privilege where you get to evacuate and we get to fight. You're the one who should be like, hey, honey, get out of here. I'm going to defend you. Why is he making it like a nuisance? You're always getting evacuated because you're the one who's evacuating them, you stupid fuck. What's happening?
Fire. They attacked military bases all over Vietnam and just fucking decimated us. It was
Awful.
brutal.
Yeah.
But the thing is like even the nurses who were there, which, by the way, are still mostly male, I believe. But even the ones who are female, they get evacuated first. Women are always evacuated first. In other words, the potentiality is always there for these men. It's not really there for these women. And I don't know why it is that for like any other form of social injustice, you would be all about this. If I said, hey, look at the fact that, like, for instance, these white people can vote to have black people go fight wars they don't have to fight, you would be like, no way. We're not going to allow, no fucking way. And if I gave you the same potentials for that, I feel like you'd be like, we need to stop that and right this second. But for some reason, when it's between the sexes, you don't care.
Would the response be, okay, no white people?
Because he thinks that men are just fighting for men. Wars, if they're being fought, they're supposed to be fought for all of people, man. It's not just men fighting for themselves. They have to look after the best interests of their women as well. My guy.
People can vote. That wouldn't be the correct
It would
response.
be no white people
can vote.
No white people can vote to send black people off to war, right? They're not allowed to do that. And yes, if it was the case, I think that you would actually. I think that you would advocate, if it was the case that white people could vote to send black people off to war, that they didn't have to go fight. I think that you would say that you should mitigate suffering in some way for that, or suffrage for that.
So you feel that I would say that all white people, like no white people, should be allowed to vote?
If it was the alternative
Period.
that they could vote black people to go to war when they didn't, yeah, I think you would.
Unfortunately, I'm selfish to the degree that as a white person, I still want to be able to vote. I want to have a say in the country that I pay taxes to.
Even if it's the case that we can vote to send black people off to war and we don't go fight them ourselves?
I think that most white people would not vote to send black people to war. I think that's
What kind of fucking insane hypothetical scenario is this? No one's going to vote to exclusively send black people to fight our wars. That is essentially fucking slavery at this point, my man. Haley D sends another $2 and says, men are the reason we go to war anyway. Men are the reason everything goes wrong in society, for the most part. For the most part. I'd be curious to see how the world would have looked like if, like, matriarchy was kind of the thing.
kind of an
alternate reality.
strange scenario, because that also gets into the trouble of determining, my goodness, I mean, like, how would that even work?
The same way it worked in the drafts. They would go to low-income black neighborhoods and draft them.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how we recruit into the military now anyway, is we, find the poorest people possible and we go, hey, free school, free healthcare, join
I
the
agree.
military.
There's a lot of bribery there.
Die for the wealthy.
But my point is that I think that this form of social injustice, you would be like, I just think that if the roles were reversed racially, that you would be outraged, and you're just not, because
I would be upset.
I just think that you're.
I
hang on,
hate the draft.
I just think
I
the reason
hate
it's
the
not just
draft.
about the draft, though. My argument here is not even about the draft. My argument is that it's a huge injustice that one portion of the population has the potential to always fight wars on behalf of the other. The other doesn't have to fight it, gets all the benefits of them doing it, right? And we're supposed to just be like, well, okay then.
The
It's like, yeah,
benefits-
fuck
the
that. No,
benefits,
that's not
like-
okay then.
The benefits, like having your male
Are
friend.
you fighting the fucking wars, you piece of shit? Because you're getting all the benefits as well from the actual men that are fighting the wars. So, in my opinion, by that logic, unless you're physically fighting in the war, you should not get any benefits. So you should fucking get whatever benefits you think women should get that are not fighting in wars. You should get the same thing. This guy's fucking idiotic.
family members die, potential wartime rape if your country is
The benefits of you not being
invaded.
fucking occupied and being able to get all your resources, those are way bigger
Well, going to war
benefits.
doesn't ensure that you'll never not be occupied. Again, what that means is that a good chunk of the money that we make will be going to
I
war.
assure you, you're wrong.
Our country will get
I
poorer,
assure you that if you
and we
refuse to go to
will
war,
also
you will be
Hold on,
occupied.
let her finish. Go ahead.
We will also be, again, if our country goes to war, any country that votes to go to war, there's a chance that they could be invaded,
Yep, that's what I was talking about earlier.
and their women could be subjected to wartime essay. Again, also, in times
Exactly the point I was making earlier. In that case, women have the right to vote for war or not, because they can get directly affected if said men lose the war. If you lose the war, it's exactly what I was saying earlier. I got you, girl. I got you, Charlie.
of war, things are tough. Your resources are not there. People starve during wartime. There is very few people who actively benefit from war, except for the ultra wealthy.
Yeah, but do you understand that the case in point is that it's going to be men who are going to do this? And when you say things that are, they just sound absurd to me, like there's no guarantee that you still won't be occupied even if you send the men off to war. It's like, so what? You're still sending the men off to war. And you just don't ever have that potential. Like, that's nothing you ever have to worry about. When you go down and you sign up to vote, you don't have to sign a draft card. Like, you don't get put in a draft system. Your number's never going to get called. That's nothing you ever need to worry about, ever. And that is a potential that all men need to worry about. And by the way, even the ones...
It's not really. We haven't had a draft since Vietnam.
So what?
Again, because
So what?
the way that warfare works has changed. We have an insanely bloated military. The chances of either of you being called in a draft to go to the front lines to fight, slim to none. However, I am...
That would be hilarious, by the way. The day this guy gets drafted to fight on the front lines, I want to see GoPro footage of that. I want to see every single angle of that man on a battlefield, putting his money where his mouth is.
Against the draft, and I would support any legal motion to remove the draft. I would vote for that.
Yeah,
I would use my power as a woman.
Yeah, that's great, but
to vote
it's
to
not even
save
contending with what I'm saying. That's like not even contending with what I'm saying. Even if that's the case, that's nice that you say that, right? But our global leaders are never going to get rid of the draft because their military advisors tell them not to, because it's a huge weapon for mobilization of military force if you need it. So we're never going to get rid of it. That's just a fucking pipe dream. It's never going to happen, ever.
So remove women's ability to vote, and then we'll never go to war. Is that your thinking?
No, I'm saying that this injustice and unfairness. And by the way, like when you bring up, you say, well, what about 60-year-olds? They can't be drafted. Okay, but they could have been when they were in their 20s and signed up for the draft, which you didn't have to. So their potential was already there and exhausted. They already had to go through that stage of life where their number could be called and yours couldn't. So yeah, they still get the benefit. They still did the thing that you guys will never fucking do. They still did it. And so the thing is like it just...
He gets so bitter. Like, he's making it a team sports, us versus them. Like, the thing that you guys will never fucking do. Like, she's fucking sitting there chill. She's calm. She's not saying anything. He's just taking it personally. Like, men versus women. So they're both, like, he's having a completely different debate. And she's on a completely, like, also different level. Like, they're having two completely different conversations, but with one another.
Stands like this to reason, right? It doesn't matter if the 18-year-old never gets called to a draft. The potential is only there that he will. And you can't get mad at him later because he still maintains voting rights or certain rights that you don't get, because he still went through the process of signing up for the draft and had the potential to be called, and you never did. So it's like, why do you get anything extra? Why is it that they don't get extra, in fact? Why do you get anything on par with that when the social status is such that men can be called to defend you and die, and that's never a service you have to render on their behalf?
You know, I have multiple male family members who went to war. My grandfather, who was drafted, and I have never had them express to me, it makes me so mad that you, as a woman, get to vote because I was drafted and went to war. I've never encountered this attitude from anyone that went to combat.
Yeah, but
like that was deployed. Like I have until this I had never heard that before.
Yeah, but do you understand that maybe?
And the rage
I think you
towards the
do.
draft is against the politicians.
Well, I think you do understand, though, that that many times injustices are...
Wait, I missed the last few things he said.
When the social status is such that men can be called to defend you and die, and that's never a service you have to render on their behalf.
You know, I have multiple male family members who went to war. My grandfather, who was drafted. And I have never had them express to me, it makes me so mad that you, as a woman, get to vote because I was drafted and went to war. I've never encountered this attitude from anyone that went to
Yeah,
combat.
that is the dumbest fucking argument. It's like such a fucking petty argument. You should be ashamed of yourself, man. Like, you're such a fucking coward.
Yeah, but
Like that was deployed. Like I have until this I had never heard that before.
Yeah, but do you understand that maybe...
And the rage
I think you
towards the draft
do.
is against the politicians.
Well, I think you do understand, though, that that many times injustices are perpetuated on people, and they don't even know that they're being perpetuated on them. Perhaps most injustices.
AS says, go to the timestamps, bro. This shit is 6 hours long. It is pretty long, isn't it? How long have I been streaming? An hour? 2 hours? Has it been 2 hours? It's been 2 hours already. Holy shit. Let's see what the timestamps are. I know this is where... Okay, so let's get to... Okay, so... Okay. Demographics and voting. Abortion as an injustice of force. Abortion as an injustice of force. Disagreement over the morality of abortion. Birth control plus STIs. Oh, this whole thing is... Okay, let's skip slightly ahead to abortions.
However, I hold the view, and I want you to trust in me in the sense that you don't...
I'm going to speed it up a little bit. I'm going to make it at 1.4 x speed. Not 1.5. 1.4.
think that I would be very cool with like murdering babies. So when I say I
Yeah,
think
because
abortion
it's your view,
is
it's not a baby.
It's not
Yeah,
a baby.
yeah, yeah.
It's not
I understand.
sentient yet.
Yeah. You don't consider that to be a human life. Well, you
It's a
consider
potential human
scientifically.
life.
You consider
It
it
is.
scientifically to be human life, but you
Yeah.
don't consider life to begin until there's some sort of cognitive sentience or something like this, right?
Yeah, something to that degree. I think it was it St. Augustine that said when it starts to kick, that's when it's a person, something like that. I think that abortion and birth control, because women are, very much encumbered by our physical forms, our biological capacity to have children. I think that the only way we can have equality.
Hello, Chris. Chabelli, we barely skipped ahead like 4 minutes. Don't worry. We're gonna see all the meat and potatoes of this thing. All the meat. We're gonna cover it.
Is to have access to birth control and abortion, so that we can participate in the economy the same way men can. So when men vote against women's interests and can force us to carry children and destroy our avenue to freedom, financial freedom, financial independence, it strikes me the same way as the draft does to you. I feel like that's
Yeah, I understand.
Yes.
Here's something interesting, though. Let's just start with this, because I think we should get our terms correct here.
Okay.
When you say force, right, nobody actually forces you to have a child, even if you can't abort it. Isn't that actually the case? Nobody's actually forcing you to do that. The case is that you're using what's called an ambiguous equivocation, which is a fallacious form of argumentation. The equivocation is that you would have us believe, through the nebulousness of the language of the term force, that somebody is using.
What's up? Skibbity Rizzlers says Chris Kunzler banned me. I would like the Do Not Worry crew to lobby for my reinstatement, please. What did you do, Skibbity Rizzler? What happened? Why did you get banned? I mean, hey, if Chris banned you, might have a good reason.
Some type of physical compellence to make you do a thing, when in fact the truth is that they're not doing that at all. You're just simply not allowed to do a thing. That's different than forcing you to do a thing.
I mean,
So like,
a law that says I cannot
there's a
drive in the left lane, or I cannot drive,
yeah.
I don't know, I can't go 100 miles per hour on the highway.
Yeah.
Yes, I can technically do it, but there will be consequences. Mostly, most likely, me probably dying in a horrible accident.
Yeah, so
But
is
I
a red
will
light,
also-
do you think that a red light is force?
No, but there's consequences.
But it's not force. And that's the same thing here. You have a law, but it's not. There's no force that's being used.
Technically, no one's forcing you to go to war. You could choose prison. What is it? What is the term for abandoning?
Desertion.
Let's try to get another squeak from Natuti. Natuti? Give the people a squeaky. Natuti? No, don't scratch. No, don't scratch it. Ow, 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 ow. Move. No scratchy from Natu. No squeaky. No squeaky from Nata. Her nails are sharp. Sharp nails.
Desertion. Yeah, you could desert. Like you aren't technically being forced to do so. You could take the penalty for not signing up for the draft. You could refuse
The penalty for draft dodging can be you get shot. That's a little bit different than.
Is that the case?
That's the case, yeah.
Because there were a lot of people that dodged the draft.
And they were given immunity, basically, from the government. They pardoned them. But it's not just imprisonment. If you do desertion, for instance.
So I'm just gonna. Drac is saying, what a bro, oh my god, is semantics. I think I skipped the last 20 seconds. Was focusing on squeaky.
For abandoning.
Desertion.
Desertion. Yeah, you could desert. Like you aren't.
So what did we get any explanation from Skibbity? What's up, Skibbity? What'd you do? I agreed with Bad Empanada that Graham Planner is a bad guy and Hassan shouldn't support him. I mean, I'm not on the Graham Plattner train. I don't really support him. I think the fact that he was a Blackwater mercenary was bad. The fact that he went to war like 3 times was pretty bad. Like a lot of the shit that his Nazi tattoos bad. I'm not a fan of Graham Plattner, but I doubt that Chris would simply ban you for simply saying that like you agree with Bad Empanada. I'm pretty sure Chris would allow you to agree with Bad Empanada. What else did you say, Skibbity? Did you say something else? Did you say, hey, Chris, you're dumb. I agree with Bad Empanada. If you said that, maybe that'll get you a ban. But Drac says that, and this Drac Dripper is saying that Chris does not support Plattner. So what you talking about here, Skibbity? And look, Chris and I, we have spoken. He's been on our show before. We love Chris over here, but I don't know if I have the ability to tell him to unban someone. I don't want to take that responsibility, to be honest with you. What if you embarrass me? What if I tell him to unban you, then you pop back into his chat and say something offensive? What does that do to my credibility, Skibbity? Skibbity says, well, Chris didn't ban me personally. It was the mods. What makes you think I have any pull with the mods? Yeah, we need receipts. You got to screenshot that comment or something. You know? You must have said something to upset someone, Skibbity. Come on, we're fair over here.
Technically being forced to do so. You could take the penalty for not signing up for the draft.
The penalty for draft dodging can be you get shot. That's a little bit different than...
Shrimp is here. Shrimp says, damn, I'm here because the mods timed me out for complaining about Westoids. Well, can't you guys keep watching? Like, if they timed you out, just keep watching their stream. You don't have to engage in the live chat. But I'm glad that this is the Chris Kunzler reject chat. If you can't make it there, you come over here. Is that what's happening? Jesus.
Is that the case?
That's the case, yeah.
Because there were a lot of people that dodged the draft.
And they were given immunity, basically, from the government. They pardoned them. But it's not just imprisonment. If you do desertion, for instance, you can be shot. And they shot people for desertion all the time. People were shot for deserting their post.
Well, you're still not being forced to
Okay, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Let's go to disagreement over the morality of abortion. Jim says, mayor's advice, don't complain about mods. That's always sage advice. We love our mods. And here's a heart to Jim D. Dukers. And speaking of moderators... We do this occasionally here. I tried playing some epic music last time, but it got the video demonetized. So Jim D. Dukers, it is my honor as the Prince of Assyria, the descendant of Malik Kambar de Varda, with the sword handed to me by my great-grandfather, that was handed to him by Haile Selassie, the Emperor of Ethiopia, the man who was the reason for the start of the Rastafari movement, Jim D. Dukers, the mayor of the Do Not Worry community. I bid thee a moderator. Now rise, Jim D. Dukers, as a brand new moderator for the Do Not Worry channel. W's in the chat for Mayor Jim. For this honor, we salute you, sir. You better watch your backs now with Jim D. Dukers, folks, because he's got the power. He's got the power. Bam. Welcome. Chris, you in trouble now. You in trouble now. Thank you to my Assyrian ancestors for giving me this power and this grace to turn people into moderators halfway through a live stream. Thank you. To Assyria. All right. Back to the debate. Jim, you look good in blue, my man. You look good in blue.
Is it bad?
I would question that person.
But is it bad?
Is it bad? I mean, probably. It's a drain on resources.
That's it?
That could go to other
They pay for it.
Well, yeah, but it's a waste of everyone's time.
How? Everyone's getting paid.
Everyone's getting, but then, women who are...
Like, what, how could that possibly be a worse waste of resources than, oh, I had a gangbang last night and got knocked up with this? How's that not just as much of a waste of resources as Chick who's like...
Shrimp, Jesus, it is fucking sick. This sword was handed to my great-grandfather by Haile Selassie himself. That is pretty fucking sick. I agree.
Or to get pregnant to go have an abortion for fun. Like, how is one more of a train on...
One second. The cat's... disconnected my other screen. Okay. Let's start this chapter again, the abortion chapter. Morality of abortion.
Abortion.
I think it's weird.
Is it bad?
I would question that person.
But is it bad?
Is it bad? I mean, probably. It's a drain on resources.
That's it?
That could go to other...
They pay for it.
Well, yeah, but it's a waste of everyone's time.
How? Everyone's getting paid.
Everyone's getting, but then, women who are...
Like, what, how could that possibly be a worse waste of resources than, oh, I had a gangbang last night and got knocked up with this? How's that not just as much of a waste of resources as Chick who's like...
Oh, I had a gangbang last night and got knocked up. Dude, the amount of hatred he has for women is insane. The amount of, like, of scorn he has for women. Why do you hate women so much?
Well, I'm just going to go and have sex in order to get pregnant to go have an abortion for fun. Like how?
Yeah, no one has abortions for fun, my guy. Abortions are very fucking physically taxing on the body. Okay, they're not like a fun in and out, let's go. Okay, they can be very fucked up and they're fucking traumatic a lot of the fucking time. Okay, women deal with a lot of fucking trauma after getting an abortion, and they sometimes deal with it for years. Some women don't, but some do.
one more of a drain on resources than the other?
Because one of them is crazy. I don't know. This is a
They're
weird
both fucking
scenario.
crazy. They're
Have you
both
heard-
fucking
Have you
crazy.
heard of women intentionally getting pregnant to have an abortion? Because I don't know if you know
No,
this.
I don't. But that's not the point of the
medical
question.
Abortions are
Yeah, but the point of the question
painful.
isn't to determine if
It's
there's.
like breaking your leg to go to the doctor.
Yeah,
That's weird.
yeah.
That's
okay,
an insane.
That's
precedent.
great, but
Yeah.
the point of the question is, like you said, that there's.
She's right. Yeah, again, like it's not like fucking. It's not fun to go get an abortion for anyone involved.
Just inherently good. And it's like, if that's the case, then if a woman just got pregnant to go have one, she's doing something good.
No, that's
they're-
not what I mean.
then they're
What
not
I mean is,
inherently
like,
good.
What they provide for women.
No, you
in
just-
the sense that it provides our.
You just mean the outcomes are good.
Yes, the outcomes are positive. Sure.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
the outcome is
but
that
which
women
which
are,
ones? Which positive? Because if I can give you more positive outcomes for what you want, which is less kids who are being born that parents don't want, it seems like I provide that society better than you do with abortion. So like, what outcomes here? What outcomes are better from your view that you're providing that I'm
Well,
not?
again, when I talked about the abortion statistics, abortions did go up in surrounding states. So
That's
again, it
because they were
doesn't
legal there.
necessarily-
Come on.
Well, yes, but what I mean is.
Sunflower Dragon sends $5 and says, just got here and I'll start at the beginning. Hopefully the baby feels better. With Sunflower, whenever you do get to this part where we read your super chat, here's a quick look at the baby. He's feeling better. He ate today. He's going to have dinner as soon as we're done with this live chat, with this live stream. He finally ate after 2 days. Hopefully whatever was in his system was completely passed. So my cookie's doing much better. And thank you so much, Sunflower, for the concern and the generous donut. We love you so much.
That the people who were having abortions in those states left to rather than get them in the state where it's illegal.
No, they didn't.
They got more abortions.
It's only some did, and they still ended up going down, right?
No,
Oh,
abortion rates went up, I believe.
where if only temporarily, and then dropped.
No, birth rates went up temporarily and
Yes,
then dropped.
yes, birth rates.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
so unwanted births.
But in the surrounding states,
Yeah, they go up.
Abortions did go up.
Yeah, but they don't go up by the same amount as the predictive abortions in the state would have been. So, like, let's say the state had 50 abortions a day. You don't see the state next to it now increase by that same 50. You might see an increase by like 20 or 15 a day. You know what I mean? That's more realistic to what it is. So it does reduce abortion and it reduces unwanted pregnancy. And the whole idea of abortion, from your view, is getting rid of the unwanted pregnancy, I thought. That's the point. So if we have a way in which we can have, it sounds like you just basically just want people to be able to fuck. That's what it sounds like you.
I mean, I think it comes from a place of understanding that people will fuck.
But they don't, though. They don't seem to. It seems like if abortion's not available to them and unwanted pregnancy, right, is still not there, the birth rates are not increasing, then how do you account for that?
So again, this guy just wants to punish people that have sex for pleasure. You should only be having sex if you intend to have kids, and if you have, and if you do have sex, you need to be able to live with the consequences, which is to suffer through the children, and you have to raise them. Well, you wanted to have sex, didn't you? You wanted to have premarital sex, didn't you? Well, you have to raise those kids. Now, who benefits from that? The parents who weren't ready for the kids who were born into a family that wasn't ready for them, and who maybe didn't want them. Who benefits from that scenario? But he gets to punish women because the women are the ones who have to carry that baby to term. The men could just fucking up and leave. The men who impregnate those women could just fucking walk out and run the fuck away. But who has to walk around with that punishment or that shame that he claims is like the pregnancy? That's how he sees the pregnancy. Well, if you have sex and you get pregnant, you have to walk around with it and you have to suffer through childbirth and you have to raise that kid, even if it affects you financially. Even if your kid grows up fucked up because you weren't ready to fucking raise him, you better fucking do it because you dared to have premarital sex. While the person who impregnated her might be in fucking Mexico by now. Chabelli sends $2 and says, he's still holding that pen? Oh, he is. He's still holding that pen and still taking notes. He's still taking notes.
We want a sexless nation.
It's not a sexless nation. There's still plenty of people who are married.
He wants a sexless nation. He wants people to only have sex, like to have kids. He wants women to be punished for having sex by having to carry pregnancies to term that they don't want, that they maybe aren't ready for, that they maybe can't afford. That's okay as long as someone gets punished for going against whatever his beliefs are. By the way, if you're watching live, like the live stream if you're enjoying it.
Fucking and having children at the right times. But I kind of do
Well, what
think,
about, like,
but wait,
young men,
yes,
though?
actually, yes. Do I want a nation in
Shrimp Jesus says, what's wrong with Mexico? Is there something about the people there? Why would anything be wrong with Mexico? We love Mexico.
which promiscuous sex is gone? Yeah, kind of. Like, what? Can you tell me what's great about it? Tons of STIs everywhere. The STI rate increases, right? The fact of the matter is,
What's great about promiscuous sex, huh?
is that you have women who have been, screwed by 20 or 30 men and men who have screwed 20 or 30 women. Yeah, that doesn't seem like it's very good for the moral fabric of your society or for your society at all. And so it's like if we can get rid of the thing you want, which is the unwanted pregnancy, and it seems like the unwanted pregnancies decrease when you get rid of abortion anyway. It sounds like it's like a big winner here.
So we have like an entire incel movement that I think has been labeled a domestic terrorist threat in the sense that there are
liberals. It has.
Oh my God, that got him. Her saying the word incel got him so fucking triggered. He's already throwing out the fucking F-bombs. It's like, yeah, by fucking liberals. Oh my God, she got him so, and he's married. Like the guy's married, right? He's got like kids from his wife. Like this guy shouldn't even feel threatened by the word incel, but he hears the word incel, and for some reason it rings a bell. Like it hits a fucking nerve with this guy, married man with kids, offended at the point at the concept of someone even bringing up incels. Meg sends $2 and says all that forehead space and yet no brain. He's got extra forehead space. Look at that real estate over here, beautiful real estate. Jim D. Duker sends $2 and says, now that I'm a mod, how do I ban this dude? Jim, I wish I knew. But we can't ban him. He's too entertaining right now. Okay, let's watch the incel thing. Raimi says she woke up the demons. Yeah, it's like Bilbo Baggins in the Fellowship of the Ring when he momentarily sees the ring from Frodo. He's like, can I hold it one more time? Yeah, like that's how he turned when he heard the word incel.
I wish that we could label feminist. It seems like the unwanted pregnancies decrease when you get rid of abortion anyway. It sounds like it's like a big winner here.
So we have like an entire incel movement that I think has been labeled a domestic terrorist threat in the sense that there are
liberals. It has. I wish that we could label feminist as a domestic terrorist organization.
Would you?
Oh my God, angry. What's his name? Andrew. Calm down. Relax, man. Sunflower Dragon with another $5 dono says, I'm sick to death of men giving opinions on termination of pregnancies. It's the decision of the pregnant person. This type of married guy hits on me. Yeah, this shit's horrible. It always goes down to the woman's decision. It is a woman's body at the end of the day. Sure, a man contributed to it, but at the end of the day, the woman is going to suffer through 9 months of pregnancy. It is going to transform their bodies for life. A man can give his input, can share his opinion, what they'd like to do, and their ideal scenario, but at the end of the day, the decision does come down to the woman. Pregnancies can even be life-threatening. People can literally die from pregnancies, either the mother or the baby. It is no joke. It is no joke. It is a life-changing decision. It transforms the woman's body, whereas the man is unchanged.
Deny that there have not been, mass shooters motivated by.
Do you deny that trans ideology has motivated mass shooters? Do we label them as being domestic terrorists?
No, I think no.
No, we don't.
But also, yeah, I mean, in a weird way, I would blame women that like marry a man like this. Like when women agree to date a man like this and like spend time with him and marry him, they are basically telling him that his way of thinking is okay. There's a lot of women that believe the exact same things that he fucking believes. So they also kind of share the blame for this brand of male because they're enabling it. They're enabling it. In many cases, they're encouraging it. Like, when you marry someone like that, what does that mean other than I condone all of his beliefs? So there are women out there that believe just the fucking shit this fucking guy believes. You know what I'm saying?
An identity rather than a problem to be solved.
Drax says his poor wife. I honestly don't feel bad for his wife, though. Like, she made the choice. She knew what she was buying. She saw the menu. She took a good long look and was like, you know what? I'm okay with this guy. I'm okay with this fucking man and his beliefs. So, like, I don't feel bad for his wife in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, if she's watching this debate and she's still like, yep, I'm happy in this relationship, then, you know. Jim D. Duker says, as a pro-choice activist since the late 80s, I actually believe men should have no voice in the decision, just his share of financial responsibility. Marina just discovered that Jim is a mod now. There we go. Drax says, nah, look, nobody is to blame. Generally, some people get kinda stuck. Well, yeah, I'm not trying to victim blame women that are in abusive relationships, but I don't know if she's in an abusive relationship, but I'm like, he's a debate lord. There's no way she didn't know what she was getting herself into before she got married and stuck. That's what I'm trying to say. And she's already, if going back to the original clip that got me to watch this debate, if she's already had 2 baby daddies before, etc., that means she has no problem leaving a relationship that she's unhappy with, etc. So I think she genuinely likes this man and agrees with his train of thought. So I don't feel bad for his wife in general. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Seems to me like, and even, I mean, unless he changed with time, unless she signed up for something and then he turned out to be completely different and like became an online grifter or something.
I think that.
Wait, what? No, it's a problem to be solved, or else they wouldn't become trans to begin with. They have a problem and they're trying to solve it. It's not just a matter of identity.
Well,
it's a matter
but
of
with,
problem
like,
solution.
medication and surgery and whatnot. Whereas like involuntary celibates, I just feel like
Involuntary celibates also, if it's a problem to be solved, they get buff and fuck a chick, and that's the same shit, right? You have a problem, you're solving it. They're just like the trans are having a problem.
His wife did a super chat. You're kidding me, Mo. She really sent the super chat?
They're solving it. That's, from your view, isn't that the same thing?
then why are all the men on the internet complaining that they are loveless and can't find women?
So are women. They just do it at a different age. See, women in their 20s, they don't complain too much because, you know, if you go right now and you show a picture of your ass on the internet, you're gonna have 20,000 guys who go, "Oh my God, my lady, oh, it's the greatest thing ever." And that stops when you get older. It stops when you're 40, 45, 50. That validates.
He's so fucking pathetic. This is his thought of women. Oh, he just posts a picture of your ass on the internet and you get... Why is he speaking like a 13-year-old? Like, literally, this is like Twitch brain. This is like kids on Twitch complaining about women doing bathtub streams and stuff like that. Like, what are you talking about, dude?
So are women. They just do it at a different age. See, women in their 20s, they don't complain too much because, you know, if you go right now and you show a picture of your ass on the internet, you're gonna have 20,000 guys who go, "Oh my God, my lady, oh, it's the greatest thing ever." And that stops when you get older. It stops when you're 40, 45, 50. That validation starts going away. So women in those age brackets have huge loneliness epidemics as well. It's just, that's the case, right? So it just happens to them at different times in life. And then men who get older.
The incel final boss. Sunflower Dragon with another generous $5 donut. Thank you so much, Sunflower Dragon. It says, I get hit on by this type of conservative all the time. Talk all this BS and then act like pigs when nobody's looking. Also love this mod named Jim. We love our mod named Jim. I'm so sorry you have to go through this and get hit on by these types of weirdos all the time. And yeah, I'm sure publicly they say all this like family values type shit. You know, I love the nuclear family, and then behind closed doors, they're fucking sick dogs. They're dirty dogs like everybody else.
Less lonely the older they get. Why? Because they have resources and they start fucking young women. That's how it works.
Well, I think that also, you know, that would depend upon what the woman has done with her life. My mother had no shortage of suitors who were wealthier than her and typically younger than her up until her 50s. And all of her friends seemed to do pretty well. In their old
I mean, but
age,
your anecdote aside,
anecdotal,
there
yes.
is it is true. There's a male loneliness epidemic crisis, and we are.
Like, I feel
we
like
do
that's just
hyper
gonna get
focus on
worse,
that,
right?
but the truth is that's the case for women too. If the men are lonely, then and there's as many women as there are for men, right? Then shouldn't, by the power of inference here, we determine that if the men are lonely, the women also would be lonely?
But you just said that young women have far more opportunities. So we're talking about different age ranges.
Yeah, it's because
right?
younger women are basically all fucking the same few handfuls of men.
Okay,
through
gotcha.
hypergamy.
So what we have is an issue here where young women, you know, have many choices. Young men have very few.
Well, they have choices of who to sleep with, not necessarily who to be with.
Yeah.
And what you're talking about with young men is like the young men who just can't get laid at all,
Yeah.
which I don't think is a huge amount, by the way. And by the way, you see a lot of young men moving towards traditional churches, and that's another reason why you see the celibate rate going up.
I have.
Oh my God. I want to go back a little bit and re-listen to the last like 30 seconds because I think a lot of interesting things were said. Stupid things. Chris, beloved Chris, sends a very generous $5 donor. Chris, thank you so much. You shouldn't have. He says, the way this guy argues is insufferable. He uses semantics to hang on every word to force the debate into his point of view. He sounds like a moron. He's extremely annoying. And yeah, he does that all the time. And he uses straw man arguments all the fucking time. The weirdest fucking hypotheticals. And yeah, he's very focused on semantics and how one would define a certain word and like very specific definitions of certain words. Very annoying to sit across this guy and debate him, which is why this lady is so fucking impressive and how she's been able to keep her cool this whole fucking time with this dumbass.
And all of her friends seem to do pretty well in their old
I mean, but
age,
your anecdote aside,
anecdotal,
there is
yes.
it is true. There's a male loneliness epidemic crisis, and we are.
Like, I feel
we
like
do
that's just gonna
hyper focus
get
on
worse,
that, but
right?
the truth is that it's the case for women too. If the men are lonely, then and there's as many women as there are for men, right? Then shouldn't, by the power of inference here, we determine that if the men are lonely, the women also would be lonely?
But you just said that young women have far more opportunities. So we're talking about different age ranges.
Yeah, it's because
right?
younger women are basically all fucking the same few handfuls of men
Okay,
through
gotcha.
All of the women are fucking the same handfuls of men. Okay, cool. Interesting.
So what we have is an issue here where young women, have many, many, many choices. Young men have very few.
Well, they have choices of who to sleep with, not necessarily who to be with.
Yeah.
And young.
Shrimp Jesus says, I genuinely think he's too insecure to debate men because he can convince himself he's winning. I think he would look extremely stupid if he debates another man, and if the other man completely disagrees with what he's saying and can show men like another path. Like, you don't have to be a fucking douchebag like this fucking guy to get women and to just be like a normal fucking, a well-adjusted fucking person. You know what I mean? So he just debates women because his audience hates women. So they're automatically, by virtue of being a woman, they're automatically a villain and a loser in the debate, unless they agree with everything that he's saying, and then in which case they become a pick-me, and then I guess they will get the approval of his audience. But she has to capitulate to everything that he says for her to get any respect from his audience. That is the problem. So he would never, if he debates a man that had her thoughts, her beliefs, he would look like a complete idiot to his audience. But because his audience does not respect her, it doesn't matter how many great arguments she makes, they're never going to take her seriously, because man good, woman bad. Meg sends another $5. Meg, you're being so generous, and says, lol, if men are lonely, women must also be lonely. My gay ass is perfectly fine, sir. No, Meg. If he's lonely means you're lonely too. Can't you see it?
What you're talking about with young men is like the young men who just can't get laid at all,
Yeah.
which I don't think is a huge amount, by the way. And by the way, you see a lot of young men moving towards traditional churches, and that's another reason why you see the celibate rate going up.
I personally doubt the sincerity of the movement towards those churches, just based
why?
on. I feel that, so I was raised.
It's like the most misguided religion. People moving towards religion now in the time of Donald Trump means that they think religion means getting rid of Muslims from your country and getting rid of Mexicans from your country and hating trans people. That's what they think Christianity means at this point. My cookie? You're hungry? My cookie is definitely hungry. You want to chill here a little bit? You want to hang out here a little bit? You want to hang out here?
Very, very, very religious. But I was raised by a father who was raised atheist, converted after my parents divorced. And he later told me, yeah, I thought it was all BS. Like, I was never actually into it. It was just kind of something I needed at the time. And I do feel that people who are raised without a strong religious influence growing up, it causes me to doubt the sincerity of their conversion, because I often feel like they don't believe it. What they want is a community, or they want some sort of moral high
don't
ground,
sit on
so
the
to speak.
computer.
because that's been my experience with converts. I've had friends who converted to
Yeah, I mean,
Christianity
I don't disagree,
like, well,
but I don't disagree. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's some,
yeah.
some.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And if they're not
Look,
abiding
I
by
don't
it.
think I don't think the majority of people are converting over
I
to
think
Christianity,
he's
especially
hungry.
rigorous
Okay,
traditional
guys,
churches.
I'm gonna go try to feed Maki because he looks hungry. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take just a tiny little break. Okay, I'll be right back. Just give me 2-3 minutes. I'm gonna feed my cookie. I'm gonna put the BRB button. Okay. I think he wants to eat, and I don't want to delay too much because I do want to stream for like another hour at least. So be right back. Please be patient. 3 minutes. Okay, good news. Maki's eating. Maki is eating. Nata seems to be complaining, which is weird. I don't know what happened. Nata now is like, doesn't want to eat for some reason, but she's got no blockage or anything. If she doesn't eat, then I'll see what's up with her tomorrow. She ate earlier today. She was just being a little picky. I made her like homemade chicken, literally just boiled some chicken for her. Refused to eat it yesterday. Ate it today in the morning. Right now she's being a little fussy, but I'm sure she's going to eat it. Maki is eating his beef. Let's go. And lost power. We just lost power, folks. Lost power. But Makuki's eating, which is the most important thing. He's enjoying his food. I might go check up on him in like a minute. Actually, let me just go check up on him now. Just make sure that he's still eating. I love my boy, folks. I want him to be okay. We good? He's eating. He's still eating, munching on his beef.
Just for the community. I think that some may be doing that, but it doesn't seem likely that it would be the vast majority of them.
It's just it's an attitude that I've seen encountered in a lot of younger men, where they'll kind of lionize Christianity and traditional churches, but the way that they live is not Christ-like at all.
Maybe it's a good time for super chats, Brian. I'll have a smoke, and then we can get back to actual feminism here. Oh, yeah, no problem.
Dude wants to have a smoke? Should I have a smoke? Chat. Should I have a smoke with the guy?
Yep, no problem. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like we're getting off into the weeds about
a little bit.
About shit that doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with anything. So kind of back to feminism. Is the whole reason you're a feminist so that you can have abortion, or is there other reasons?
Well, I actually have a list of
Yeah, let's go through those.
ways that feminism, I mean, if we're talking about me personally, well, the 19th Amendment.
What is
women
racist
can
or
vote,
sexist? Let's do
what's
that.
like harassed at night by rowdy black people. Like a crowd
If you
of
go
rowdy
around,
black
if you
people.
go around rowdy black people, yeah, they're probably going to harass you if you're white.
I used to walk through the Tenderloin at night by myself. This was when I was very butch. So mind you, I
Yeah, walk
at
through.
a glance
You're gonna
did-
walk through South Central by yourself.
I don't know where South Central is.
The point is, though,
I'm
is
talking
that
about
like
San Francisco. The Tenderloin
Oh my god, bro. Racist.
if you're
heavily black
what,
area.
you're in
Oh, you guys want to play California Dreaming? Okay. Let's satisfy the audience. It's a final day, but he's really not afraid. Got a lot of money, but he's on his way. California Dreaming. Dating. Why wasn't it in my first... Did he remove it? Oh, no, he didn't. He would never. He would never.
It's the final day, but he's really not afraid. Got a lot of money, but he's on his way. But I'm still the same.
Model lost my taste. Got a
California
lot of money.
dreaming, yeah, I'm headed to
It's been a while. Model lost my taste.
LA.
Guys, I gotta drop a deuce.
It's the final day, but he's really not afraid. Got a lot of money, but he's on his way. But I'm still the same. Model lost my taste. California dreaming, yeah, I'm headed to LA. California dreaming, yeah.
I'm headed to LA. By the way, I said I will sing this song if we ever get back to 30,000 subscribers. The channel had dropped at one point to 29.5K. I was down to 29,500 subscribers. We're back up to 29,600 subscribers, folks. I'm happy to say it. We have recrossed the 29,600 mark. We are only 400 subscribers away from re-hitting the 30K mark, where I will finally perform this song live for you guys. As I promised. We're only 400 away.
I'm headed to LA. California dreaming, yeah, I'm headed to LA. Sunset Boulevard,
Leave a star for my name.
a star for my name. Trying to find your soul, you can find it in LA.
again, again, again,
again.
Haley D says, I'm getting sick because my husband has been sick. Women's equality, baby. You know what? Demi had like a cold. I've weirdly not gotten it yet. We've been hanging out for the last couple days. I'm okay, so it doesn't always have to happen. Weirdly enough. And me just saying that right now means I'm going to get a cold tomorrow.
Again. If you wanna see me, meet me on the boulevard. Oh shit, fuck, I need a new guitar. Living in Cali, you know we going hard. Everything we do for the shooting stars. It's the final day, but he's really not afraid. Got a lot of money, but you know he's on his way. But you know I'm still the same, might have lost my taste. California dreaming, yeah, I'm headed to LA.
AC asks, what does Demi think of this song? She does not think of this song. She does not like the song. She's got good taste in music. Demi's got good taste in music, guys. She's not gonna listen to this. I mean, I think this is unironically good, but like she would still, you know. I think she likes that I like it. You know, she finds it cute that we enjoy it. But will she come on here and say that she likes the song? No.
Forming your judgment that the rowdy group of young men may do bad thing to you.
Haley, noted. I will not tempt the fates. I'm sorry. Fates, I'm sorry. I did not mean it.
Historically, they do bother.
And this would be the same information that a young white man or a young white woman would have if they're talking about. Hang on. Let me make the point, and then you can respond.
Right.
Is it not the case that young white men also have the exact same justification that you would have? That historically, now at least in their lifetimes, it does seem like whites are disproportionately attacked by black men. That white men are disproportionately attacked.
The stats on
and
that.
we can pull them up.
But again,
let's just look at interracial dynamics of violence.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna change this up a little bit. We're going to jump to the part where they insult each other, and then we're going to finish this debate, and then we might jump into the Bill Maher and Patton Oswalt podcast or whatever the fuck. You guys ready? Charlie goes after Andrew's wife. Let's go. 4 hours in. We would have had to sit through a lot more to get to this anyways. You guys got the gist. The guy's an insecure little bitch. So let's go.
Wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your stupid bitch mouth.
Oh, wait. Whoa, man. Why did they make us skip the coolest part? Differences in immunity, I guess it's here.
Can I just point this out, right? When you're talking about Donald Trump, he has the same exact powers that the president Joe Biden had before him. The same ones. He doesn't have a single additional power. Not a single one.
What about the bullshit that the Supreme Court ruled that he cannot be held responsible for specific illegal acts that he committed?
Yeah, well, look, this was early understanding of case law with the president, is that you're not going to be able to allow states to prosecute the president of the United States, or else a state who was just upset.
Tyranny.
No, it's not. It's the opposite. A state that's upset at the president could bring him in for bullshit, trumped-up charges, and he's the federal executive. That would create a constitutional crisis. Literally overnight, it would create a constitutional crisis. We have diplomatic immunity for diplomats. They come in and commit a crime, we can't put them in jail. Even though they committed a crime, we can't put them in jail. They have diplomatic immunity. Our own president doesn't have immunity from state prosecution. Yeah, he kind of has to. Otherwise, California Governor Newsom right now, Newscum, would bring him up on charges of treason if he could.
Newscum, ugh. All right, guys, ready? He's going to mention SNIZ. SNIZ references coming soon.
In California, under Biden, is
on a state level.
to try.
In this day and age, I don't know. That gets tricky. I wouldn't trust Donald Trump too.
Are they going to send California agents to arrest the president of the United States, do you think?
We could send the National Guard and start a civil war. Our National Guard, the California National Guard, but that would be treason.
So I'll try to rephrase this. I'm going to reframe, and I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I will never be able to convince you of my worldview.
You won't.
I know. But the reason is not because I'm not a great orator, or I don't make good points, or I haven't said things which should be compelling to a person. But Charlie, I just think honestly you're too fucking stupid to understand them.
So Andrew, can I sell you on my worldview?
Yes.
So but once his arguments cease to work, he has to resort to just calling her a fucking idiot. Even though throughout this, I mean, we watched a good hour of this debate. He's the fucking idiot, clearly, constantly bringing up straw man arguments, weird fucking hypotheticals, thinking that disabled men would be better soldiers than able-bodied women.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you
you
lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What does that
You're
mean?
a fucking dyke. Don't talk shit about
You
me.
lick sniz. You lick sniz, girl. Hell yeah.
My wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your fucking mouth.
Or religion has 3 baby dads.
or I haven't said things which should be compelling to a person. But Charlie, I just think honestly you're too fucking stupid to understand them.
So Andrew, can I sell you on my worldview?
Yes.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you
you
lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What does that
You're a
mean?
fucking dyke. Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your stupid bitch mouth.
Your wife with the 3
Look at this guy's face. Shut your stupid bitch mouth. I love that. Beautiful debating. That is some wonderful debating right there.
baby
What did I
daddies.
just say?
Your
Dyke?
wife with the 3
Sorry,
baby
I'm sorry,
daddies?
dyke. Is she morally inconsequential in comparison to your ditch licking?
Do the men that you try to
Do the women that you try
show
to?
your hatred
Do
against
the
do
women
they,
that
like,
you try
convince them
to?
that they shouldn't
You know,
like,
Charlie,
pursue
did I bring
women? Do they know
Charlie?
that
Did
your
I bring
wife
your
is 5
family?
years older?
Did I bring any of your
You called
family
me
into
fucking
anything?
stupid.
Did I
You
say
called
anything
me
about
fucking
your
stupid.
family being stupid, Charlie?
I mean, you called her stupid, man, and you've been saying pretty stupid shit throughout the whole fucking debate. There's 3 hours that we've missed, so you might have said some pretty horrible shit.
You could.
It's
You could
because
go
I'm
for it.
better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed, and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people on are bullshit because
let's
you
go
are not
through
a
it.
traditional man.
Chuck, let's go through it.
You are not a traditional
Let's
man.
go through it, Chuck. Tell me what I'm doing which is immoral.
What you're doing, which is immoral.
Yeah.
I think that you have been complicit.
Damn. I mean, listen, if he's out there preaching like, hey, no sex before marriage, y'all gotta be virgins, and y'all, I need a pure family, and sex is bad, and all that shit, like, yeah, I mean, you know, look, fair point. He insulted her, she's just insulting him. At this point, they're slinging mud at each other. Okay, she's trying to prove that he's morally inconsistent, just like he's trying to prove that she's morally inconsistent. He tried to do that from the beginning. Oh, you think that feminism is about freedom of choice? Well, what do you think about COVID? And he tried to make her seem like she wasn't, that her convictions in the fact that she wants freedom of choice, he wanted to make that seem shaky. So now she's trying to make his convictions seem shaky. Like, you claim you believe in one thing, but I mean, your wife did that in her past. Does that make your beliefs inconsistent? He didn't like that very much.
In convincing young men that
No, my family dynamic. What am I doing? Being married to my
think
wife.
it's immoral.
Then
Under-
why? So then.
under my
So all
worldview,
you did.
that's perfectly
So wait,
acceptable.
Chuck. All you're doing is saying. So Chuck, shouldn't you actually be saying that Andrew, you're doing a good thing?
I'm
Hang on,
saying
Charlie. I just want to make sure I got this right.
Uh-huh.
Am I doing a good thing? Am I doing a good
What?
thing?
Do you think your wife is a charity case?
By taking care of
Do you think your wife is a charity case? Holy shit.
children who weren't mine? Was I doing a good thing? Whose fathers abandoned them? Was I doing a good thing?
Yeah, you're doing a good thing.
Oh, okay. Well then, Chuck, why did you use that as a form of personal attack on me? Even though you think I'm a good person doing a good thing.
I'm convincing you of my worldview.
You're very convincing, Chuck.
Under my worldview,
I'm a good person.
you can marry your wife and no one would judge you, and you can raise the children that aren't yours and no one would judge you.
No, they would
But
still judge me, Chuck.
Under your worldview,
Yeah.
that would not be so. Christian nationalists,
Yeah, what
divorce
about
isn't
it?
even acceptable.
Do you understand what?
Damn, dude, that's so. She got him right there. She's like, she pulled the Jesus card on him, essentially. She pulled the I am Jesus. She's like, I love you. Jesus loves you no matter what. Yeah, your wife had a past with other men. She's got children that aren't yours. That's fine. Under my worldview, I love everybody. I love you. I forgive your sins. No sins. I forget. Like, I don't care what you've done. I love you. Okay, and that has shocked him. He doesn't know how to respond to unconditional love and respect. He's not used to it. He's like, wait, what? Because he doesn't respect other people that are like him in his position. You know what I mean? He doesn't respect other men. And the fact that this person is being kind to him.
What Christianity is? Do you think?
He's lost.
I was
Do you
raised
think?
Christian. Were you?
Yeah, I was.
Protestant.
Yes, I
Oh,
was.
Of course. See, this is
You don't. I'm sorry.
because the Protestant spirit is still in you.
Oh, it is.
It hasn't left, man.
Is the
It
Catholic
hasn't
spirit
left.
still in you?
I wasn't raised Catholic.
Then what are you talking about?
I was
What-
raised Protestant.
Okay, you were raised Protestant?
Yeah.
So why would you fucking criticize me for
Because
that?
it's the thing that Protestants do when they convert to like Orthodox or Catholic is they get really into the idea of like.
Hey, Chuck, can I ask you-
They get really into the idea of rules and
Chuck,
shit.
have you ever had an abortion?
No.
Never. Would you?
Yeah.
So you kill your own kids? Why am I going to take moral advice from you?
You don't have to.
I'm not
Why
going
would I
to.
take moral advice from you.
So all you're trying.
I think that you
yeah.
lie
So all
about
you.
your worldview.
Okay.
I
Which
think
part?
that you-
Which part am I
think
lying
that
about?
I think that you pretend to be a traditional Christian man, but what I
I've
see you
never
doing is
said
spreading
once
hate.
that I'm a traditional.
Oh, there we go. She's getting to the heart of the argument. I think you pretend. She said you try to pretend to be a traditional Christian man. Makuki, how was your food? Makuki? Are you feeling full? Are you gonna jumpy? Are you coming here? What are you coming here to say thank you? What are you coming here for? How was your food, Makuki? It was good. What do you want to do? You want to come here? Yes, he's. Oh, he's got a thing on his neck. Everything. Sweet boy, my beautiful boy. That's the camera. Look at his face. Look at the close-up of his face. Look at the little close-up. Let's try to have some fun. Yep. What are you doing? You taking my chair? You taking Daddy's chair? Yeah. My cookie, say hi to everyone. Everyone loves you. Everyone's been worried about you. Everyone's been worried about you. You want to go? Nzal. Nzal.
What I see you doing as someone who claims to be a Christian is spreading hate.
Okay.
I think that you...
All right, Chuck, fine. See, you got me. You got me. I'm a stepfather, Chuck. What did I do wrong? What did I even do wrong for my Christian worldview, Chuck, by being a stepfather and a good father to kids who needed one, Chuck? Can you tell me?
That's not what I was referring to.
No, it was.
By your logic, by your logic, she probably thinks that people like you or who think like you would consider your wife like damaged goods or like a sinner for being with more than one man and divorcing and having kids from multiple people. Like they'll see her as less worthy than a pure, untouched woman who is having her first child with you. So she's basically just saying that your audience is a piece of shit. It's your audience. That's the people you've attracted.
What you were referring
Because
to.
being a stepfather
You were trying to.
is Christ-like.
What
It
you were
is
trying to do.
Christ-like, but Christian nationalists are not Christ-like. You are
Chuck,
not
what am I
Christ-like.
saying?
If
What am
you're
I
a Christian
doing? What am I doing?
You're an adulterer, basically. According to Haley, you married a woman who had been married, so he's an adulterer, according to the Old Testament.
Taking care
What
of
you're
people.
doing is you are espousing to be a good Christian man, but what you do with your life is you don't help others. You sit around smoking cigarettes.
I thought I did. I thought you just
And what
commended
you
me for
do-
helping others. Didn't I help children who weren't even mine, Chuck?
That's not what you do with your life.
Yes, it was what I did with my whole young life, my entire youth.
Your job is debating women who aren't formal debaters and literally mocking young women in
Chuck,
sex
do I
work.
only
That's
debate?
what you do.
Do I only debate women, or do I debate the best debaters in the world?
You sometimes do.
Yeah, so shut up.
If they let you.
And what have you?
tolerate
And what have you
I've
done?
watched them
What
walk
have you
off.
done?
I have a master's.
Yeah, you haven't done.
So shut up. Oh my God. This is so bad now. This is just falling apart, guys. This is so great.
Shit. You don't have a family. You've never taken care of another human being besides
You
yourself.
don't have a family. We're getting into the you don't. I love her. Look at her smile when he says you don't have a family. She knows she got him, dude. That's it. Like, he's done. He's relying on you. Don't have a family. You're how old? What do you have? A cat? What are you, a cat mom? If he mentions cats, if he brings up like, what do you have, a cat? That means he's completely gone. That means it's hopeless, folks. Okay. Let's see if he brings up the cat.
what you do.
Do I only debate women, or do I debate the best debaters in the world?
You sometimes do.
Yeah, so shut up.
If they let you.
And what have you?
tolerate
And what have you
I've
done?
watched them
What have
walk
you
off.
done?
I have a master's.
Yeah, you haven't done shit. You don't have a family. You've never taken care of another human being besides yourself. And on top of that, let's just point this out. You have not debated with those people because they think you're too fucking stupid to do so.
Well, yeah, I'm not someone that does debate.
No, it's not because of your
I
debate
literally
skills,
do it
Chuck.
for fun.
It's because of your IQ skills.
Dude, she's making you look like a fucking idiot. So at this point, I think she's going to be debating a lot more people, and you should be debating a lot less people. Because if this is your, I don't know how many debates you've done, and this is, if she's not professional at this, if she does this very rarely, she is so composed. She's so good at this. And she just drove you completely mad. Look at him. He's like sweating, stressed out. Look at his shirt.
Do it for fucking fun.
Well, the only thing that you could come up with this entire time after this nice, pleasant debate, it's true. I did say I think you're too stupid to understand my point.
Yeah, that's rude, so
but
don't be
I
rude to
would
me, and I won't be fucking
never,
rude to you.
I would never have attempted to attack one of your family members.
You could do it.
I know, but I wouldn't, Chuck, because I'm a better person than you.
Oh, well, you wouldn't be able to because all of my family members are.
Because saying you're a better person does not make you a good person, my guy. You can keep telling yourself you're a good person. That's fine.
better people than you.
Well, I mean, but I'm a better
Again, that's
person.
Jim sends $2. Our newest moderator, Jim, says he's definitely a masturbator. Oh, he is a master debater. For sure.
I meant when I said that my dad has spent his life.
Oh, she's on Twitch. AS says she does on Twitch, so I'm sure she's got some interesting debates on Twitch. My cookie, how the biscuits coming? They're good? Okay, we good. Can't miss the biscuits quota. I gotta go set Natuti free. She's still in the kitchen. 1 second. Oh, huge relief. Both kitties have eaten all their food. They're fine, guys. We doing good. Sunflower Dragon with another $5 donut. Thank you so much, Sunflower Dragon. Says going out on a limb and saying his stepkids might not be better off with him. How many times does he tell them to shut up? Happy childhood material. Oh, this guy's a horrible dad. This guy seems like a horrible person to have around the house. But again, it's You know, it's their mom's fault for putting them with a man like that.
Helping people.
Well,
you spent your life
doing what?
proselytizing to the masses and
About
propping
what?
yourself up as a fucking leader. Essentially saying,
I am a leader. Are you saying I'm not?
You are inconsequential.
A leader. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. She's destroying this man. We are watching a man be destroyed in front of our very eyes. He's telling her, I am a leader, aren't I? And then she tells him, you are inconsequential. Oh my God, I love this person. This is so fucking great.
Propping yourself up as a fucking leader. Essentially saying,
I am a leader. Are you saying I'm not?
You are inconsequential.
Oh, and Chuck, what does that make you?
You're a leader of what? What is he a leader in? A thought leader in the marketplace of ideas?
Consequential.
Okay.
But I'm not ashamed of it. And
I'm not ashamed of it either.
I don't aspire to be consequential.
Chuck,
You aspire.
Chuck, I didn't want any.
You have all these rules that you
Go ahead.
supposedly
We'll wait till you
follow,
gas
but
out.
at the end of the day, what you want to do is you want to be the leader. You want to be in charge. You do not have humility.
Oh. And what
And
does
your
he?
own church hates people like you. They hate the
Then
orthodox.
why don't they?
bros.
Why is it that they won't excommunicate me if they hate me so much? Why do instead I get clergy members who send me? I mean, I've got hundreds of DMs I can show you from clergy who thank me for all the catechumens which are coming into their churches. Chuck.
I mean, I've debated with those.
He's getting messages from clergymen. What is his accomplishment? That he's converting people to Christianity? That's your goal in life?
DMs I can show you from clergy who thank me for all the catechumens which are coming into their churches. Chuck.
I mean, I've debated with those. What are the catechumens? What did you say? I've debated with them, and they are.
You've debated
not
with the
brightest
catechumens?
or the best. The men that you've convinced to convert to Orthodox Christianity.
yeah. You've
largely
debated with them?
idiots.
Chuck, you're calling someone else an idiot?
Yes.
Okay.
And they were your idiots that bought your course, and I stopped them. And even people who were saying like, I
Chuck-
disagree with you, but you stopped them. So your course is also.
What were their names, Chuck? Who were they?
I could describe them to you.
Describe them.
White guy wearing a hat with an
Oh,
orange mustache
geez.
and blue eyes. The other guy was also a white guy in a hat, but with slightly darker skin and a large nose.
Well, that really
thin
narrows it
lips,
down,
and
Chuck.
I mean, I could go through my.
That really narrows it down,
my
Chuck.
messages with Sarah, but again, these are people that have.
I love how petty this is getting. This is great. This is the debating that I want to see.
Oh, the entirety of your assault is that I'm not doing anything wrong. What
No,
you were
you are.
trying.
You are doing
Hang on,
stuff
hang on. But in my family dynamic, I'm not. But you only brought up my family dynamic, which you don't think I'm doing anything wrong in order to what? You wanted to disparage me in front of other people? Isn't that what you were trying to do? You thought that
wanted
once
to
you
prove that
did you
my
want to reveal
worldview-
to everybody the great secret that's not a secret, Chuck?
I wanted to prove to you that my worldview allows you to live the life that you are living.
So does mine.
No, the fuck it doesn't.
Tell me
What
how it-
Christian,
tell me why it
what
doesn't.
Christian
So does mine, you dumb fuck. You've been spending the last 4 hours putting all these rules and limitations. You can't do this, you can't do that. Women shouldn't vote. You think women shouldn't even fucking vote? What do you mean your life, you allow people to live the lives that they fucking want? What do you think about gay people? What do you think about trans people?
nationalists, the average Christian hates divorce. They would say to your wife, stay with that abusive, horrible man.
You're wrong.
married him. That's your husband.
You're totally wrong, and I debate the issue all the time, constantly.
All right. Well, good luck with that.
So
with the
there's
Christian
even
nationalists.
under Catholicism, and by the way, Christian nationalism advocates for this as well. If there's abuse in the home or abandonment or things like this, of course that's grounds for divorce. They're against things like not getting rid of show cause, right? Like you have to show a cause for a divorce. You have to create justification. They're against things like no fault. That's the things they're against. Nobody's like, oh, there are some people, I agree, there are some people who have been like, well, even if you're getting beaten up in a relationship, you should stay. But you know what happens when you actually hone down on what they're saying? They're actually saying, wait a second. What I'm saying is that that's something
Jim,
which
it's
can be worked
finally,
through. That's not
you called it. Sends another $2 and says, as stated earlier, I know you are, but what am I? Eventually, they're gonna get like, my dad is stronger than your dad. That's the final stage. My dad can beat up your fucking dad. That's where it's gonna get to at the end.
thing which instantly nullifies the marriage. And then as Christians, you should try to work through that first before you end the marriage, especially if you have kids. That makes a lot of fucking sense to me.
Did your wife had a no-fault divorce? Was it no fault?
I'm not going to get into my personal life with you, Chuck.
All right, but if you're saying that Christian nationalists are, they're pro-show cause but against at-fault divorce, then it's the same
Okay,
thing.
Chuck. Well, what happened is her ex-husband went in the room and beat her half to death and
that's
ripped.
horrible,
Shut up,
man.
Chuck.
That's horrible.
Shut up, Chuck. But you want me to relive it and you want me to tell you about it, so I will.
I'm asking if it was
No,
show
shut up,
cause or
Chuck.
no
It's my
fault.
turn to tell you.
All right.
And ripped out half of her tongue. Ripped it out of her fucking head. And so the thing is funny, Chuck. I just want to point
Wait, what? His wife is missing half a tongue?
Nationalists are.
you in the marriage, especially if you have kids. That makes a lot of fucking sense to me.
Did your wife had a no-fault divorce? Was it no fault?
I'm not going to get into my personal life with you, Chuck.
All right, but if you're saying that Christian nationalists are, they're pro-show cause but against at-fault divorce, then it's the same
Okay,
thing.
Chuck. Well, what happened is her ex-husband went in the room and beat her half to death
Yeah,
and
that's
ripped.
horrible,
Shut up,
man.
Chuck.
That's horrible.
Shut up, Chuck. But you want me to relive it and you want me to tell you about it, so I will.
I'm asking if it was
No,
show
shut up,
cause or
Chuck.
no
It's my
fault.
turn to tell you.
All right.
And ripped out half of her tongue. Ripped it out of her fucking head. And so the thing is funny, Chuck.
Holy shit. Ripped out half of her tongue? Were they able to sew it back in? Or else we got a dark joke, but Kate from Canada says, oh, that might be why he chose her. In case she can't speak anymore. Dark humor, we get it. We appreciate it, Kate. Kate coming in here with a banger. But holy shit, like, yeah, why are you sharing this, dude? You don't need to share this. And this is so graphic. Like, it's making me ask so many questions. Like, were they able to I hope they were able to reattach the fucking tongue. Like, holy shit, man.
I just want to point this out. Thanks for, by the way, for reminding me of that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Can you just help me out with this? Which Christian nationalist would say that divorce under those circumstances was not appropriate?
Who's the dude that was berating his pregnant
You tell
wife?
me. Steven Crowder?
Yeah.
You think Steven Crowder, who's one of Rachel's best friends, would tell her that
That's
was
her best friend?
I didn't say it was her best friend.
That's one of her
Yeah.
best friends?
Yes, and one of mine.
Wait, his wife's best friend is Steven Crowder?
Which Christian nationalist would say that divorce under those circumstances was not appropriate?
Who's the dude that was berating his pregnant
You
wife?
tell me. Steven Crowder?
Yeah.
You think Steven Crowder, who's one of Rachel's best friends, would tell her that
That's
was
her best friend?
I didn't say it was her best friend.
That's one of her
Yeah.
best friends?
Yes, and one of mine.
Oh, that explains so fucking much. This guy's one of Steven Crowder's fucking friends.
Jesus Christ. I mean, that's what I mean, man, is you espouse
No, man. What I mean, man, is you just said that Steven Crowder.
It is pro
Steven Crowder. You're saying that Steven Crowder.
You were telling your wife's like you are talking about her horrific trauma, and then you're saying like that like freaking Steven Crowder.
Steven
who was
Crowder
found to
didn't
be
lay a
abused, and
finger
you're
on his
hanging
wife.
out- You are hanging out with abusers of women that want to trap women. in
Steven
horrible
Crowder
relationships.
never laid a finger on his wife, you lying bitch.
As far as we fucking
Oh my
know.
god, he can't stop saying the B word at this point. This guy's going crazy. Sunflower Dragon sends $2 and says, clearly she chooses abusive men. Sad for the kids. Yeah, she's definitely got a problem like picking them for sure. Oh my god.
As far as she claimed publicly, you fucking idiot, you don't even know anything about the case. You stupid broad.
As far as the women that want to trap women. in
Steven
horrible
Crowder
relationships.
never laid a finger on his wife, you lying bitch.
As far as we fucking know.
No, as far as she claimed publicly, you fucking idiot, you don't even know anything about the case. You stupid broad. Can you tell me that Hillary Crowder has said that Steven Crowder ever touched her? Ever? Because she's
fucking know.
then why are you making
But
these
he's still an
abuser
abuser of women.
How?
It was
because he got into an
the way that he spoke to
Chuck,
her. And you support that. You support
Chuck,
men
you've
that
been
speak
in
their
worse
wives like
arguments
that.
and relationships than that. I guarantee it.
I haven't.
Oh my God, you people are the worst liars. You're the worst liars, the most uncharitable fucking people, the worst lying sacks. You just made an accusation that Steven Crowder abused his wife. Total lies. Said that he beat her up. Total fucking lies. Said that he would hate Rachel Wilson. Who
He's so pressed. He's so angry for the just defending fucking Steven Crowder, who no one defends anymore. And he's upset because I mean he's Rachel Wilson's. Okay. Oh, actually, okay. So we know her name. 1 second. Rachel Wilson Hung. I'm sorry, I'm looking this up, guys. I don't want to see if there's like a picture of that. What happened to Rachel Wilson? A man who was teen hooked on drugs. Oh, that's another Rachel Wilson. We don't need to look that up. I just want to see if she was a public figure or something.
who's one of his best friends, right?
You've
You're a
been saying
fucking
random-
idiot. You don't know
you've
what
been
you're
saying
talking
random
about.
bullshit this whole night, and you
literally don't know
for
what
your
you're
own
talking
fucking
about.
words, you literally.
Chuck,
if I
just
brought
stop.
you
You're
a
an
million
embarrassment, Chuck.
studies and evidence, you'd be like, no, it's not. I watched your debates.
Well,
I
Chuck,
watched
I'm
your
surprised
fucking
you didn't
debates.
learn from any of them. Because, good Lord, it was a terrible showing for you the whole night, and you really ended it with a flourish, let me tell you.
I didn't come here to win.
Yeah, well, I'm glad, because that wasn't going to happen.
Not with your fucking audience. This audience, it's all fucking incels.
It's all,
Yep. I love that. And look, she's like, I'm not here to fucking win, dumbass. I can't, and that's what I said. Like, she can't even. Like, he even started the whole thing with like the COVID thing, and then men are better in the military. Like, it's just shit to turn them against her. The fact that she's a woman, she's already lost the debate. Unless she parrots everything that he's saying, it's the only way that his audience is going to respect her. She's got nothing to fucking gain from this fucking thing. It's like me going on the H3 podcast. Like, who am I going to convince? Chris sends $2 and says, why is he being so emotional? What a woman thing to do. It is, right? It's all right-wingers. They complain about snowflakes and woke culture, yet they complain and they start calling and sending emails anytime something happens that they don't like. Who's the snowflake? Look how red he is. He's trying so hard to seem cool and chill. Like, she's so fucking chill, man.
Yes.
Well, you're
not with your fucking.
flourish, let me tell you.
I didn't come here to win.
Yeah, well, I'm glad, because that wasn't going to happen.
Not with your fucking audience. This audience, it's all fucking incels.
It's all incels, yeah.
Yes,
Well,
it's
your
a
audience
weird
is all a
loser
bunch of
men.
ditch-licking whores. What do you want me to say?
I like
Oh
them.
my god.
I'm better than you.
Yeah, you should.
I do.
Your audience is all a bunch of
men.
ditch-licking whores. What do you want me to say?
I like them better than you.
Yeah, you should.
I do.
Enjoy them, Chuck.
Got you real red in the face.
My
He
hand.
is, dude. I'm saying he's so fucking red. I'm saying it like he's losing his mind, and she's so chill. She's like, I got you all red in the face. He can't handle, like, what is she, like Gen Z? He can't handle the stone coldness of like Gen Z. He's too fucking old for this. He gets too emotional. Us, anyone that's like a millennial, Gen X, boomer, we get way too emotional. Gen Z were like raised with the internet from an even younger age than us, so like they're unfazed. You cannot phase these people. They're made of stone, almost. Look at him. He's losing his shit. I'd be like him, honestly.
Were on my face just now, Chuck.
Before.
Because my hands were on my face, Chuck.
Oh,
It was
'cause you're mad.
it's performative, Chuck. I don't know. You looked pretty angry just a second ago, Chuck. You were
This
pretty
is what my
upset.
face looks like
Oh.
normally.
Bandora, according to Ali, looks like a tomato. Yeah, he's very homophobic, of course. Extremely homophobic. Which makes his, like, and when he was trying to argue, well, she's like, I don't, like, she's like, the side that you're arguing for does not let people live the lives that they want to lead. And he's the one who's homophobic. He's the one who's against women that aren't married. He's the one who's just so fucking judgmental. While she's like, I don't give a fuck. Do whatever the fuck you want to do, man.
I told you this even before the debate began. Did I
Okay.
have heavy-set eyebrows? I look angry naturally.
You
Haley D says homophobia and misogyny go hand in hand. Thank you so much, Haley, for the generous dono.
got it, Chuck.
I have a big, scary
I know,
man on
I
my
know, I know,
face.
Chuck. I know. I get it. I get it. Thank you for making all those baseless accusations about people, though.
Sure.
That was very kind of you.
I mean, thank you for promoting a worldview that is
I guess that
fundamentally
justifies-
racist, misogynistic, homophobic, and transphobic.
I guess that
Thank you
justifies.
for spreading hate. Thank you for contributing to ruining a generation of young men.
Damn. Kenneth Wallen just sent them $100 and says, this ditch, my God. God damn.
Yeah, so I guess that justifies any evil
And
thing you want to do, huh, Chuck?
Radicalizing
You know,
them
Chuck,
out of approaching.
These are the same exact reasons that they shot Charlie Kirk, Chuck. Same reason that your trans friend shot Charlie Kirk is because you think it's
trans friend?
you
My
think
transgender
you
friend.
think it's okay. Your trans friends.
He hates trans people as well.
This is why you think it's
It was
okay.
a cisgender man that shot Charlie
Oh,
Kirk.
give me it was fucking a trans. Give
Yeah,
me a
they do, though.
break.
They do
And by
that.
the way, let's point this out, Chuck. I just want to point this out. That it's the you
friend.
think it's okay. Your trans friends. This is why you think it's
It was
okay.
a cisgender man that shot Charlie
Oh,
Kirk.
give me it was fucking a trans. Give
Yeah,
me a
they do, though.
break.
They do
And by
that.
the way, let's
Who's okay? So she told him it was a cisgendered person who shot Charlie, and then he's like, "Who's fucking a trans?" Okay, they're fucking a trans. What the fuck, dude? Oh my God, there's so much hatred in this man's heart. Why do you hate so much? You know how much happier you would be if you hated less people, if you hated less, if you loved more, if you were just chill and relaxed and happy. What is it with so? Why are you so angry? Why are you so angry? By the way, at midnight, so 4 p.m. Central Time. US, midnight my time, so in 2.5 hours, I'm getting on a call with Comrade Casey and James from Uninformed Leftist. Get on a first call, start like brainstorming some ideas for what we want to do together, etc. So in a couple hours, folks, I'm going to be with my boys, Casey and James, talking through some shit, coming up with some fun ideas, hopefully. Getting things started.
point this out, Chuck. I just want to point this out. That it's the justification that you can do any evil thing you want to me because you think I espouse a bad worldview. That's exactly what got Charlie
Actually,
Kirk
you were
killed.
the one arguing that we should go in and violently colonize or blow up people because they do things differently, and I was the one.
Because they're
No,
molesting
I said
children,
to
Chuck?
lead with love and
Because they're
kindness.
molesting
Lead
children?
With love and kindness. That's what I
Tell
said.
the audience what the cum warriors do, Chuck.
They already know.
Do they?
Yeah, and you said fucking blow them up.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm sorry that I would blow up pedophiles, Chuck. That's terrible of me. I'm a real bad guy. Smoky
All
man.
right, well,
Chuck,
I'm
Smoky
sure
man
that
bad,
person-
Chuck.
I'm certain that the person who shot Charlie Kirk thought the same thing.
Yeah, Smoky man bad. Even though I do nothing in your worldview, me being a stepfather is not problematic.
There's a million
you
stepfathers.
commend me, of course, for doing that. You say it's a good thing that I do that, but you bring it up
I
anyway
think
because
it's
you want to
fairly
attack me.
Neutral. I mean, do you make those children feel like they are like a charity case that you have just done such great things
Oh,
for?
so I'm sorry. So I shouldn't do it because if I did
Like,
do no,
all right, well,
Chuck,
I'm
Smoky
sure
man
that
bad,
person-
Chuck.
I'm certain that the person who shot Charlie Kirk thought the same thing.
Yeah, Smoky man bad. Even though I do nothing in your worldview, me being a stepfather is not problematic.
There's a million stepfathers.
You commend me, of course, for doing that. You say it's a good thing that I do that, but you bring it up
I
anyway
think
because
it's
you want to
fairly
attack me.
Neutral. I mean, do you make those children feel like they are like a charity case that you have just done such great things
Oh,
for?
so I'm sorry. So I shouldn't do it because if I do, what?
No, but you should be normal about it.
What does that mean? You brought it up.
So don't treat it like it's like, oh, I'm such a good man for doing this thing and taking in this broken, abused women. Like it's like, I don't like the way you're talking about it, dude.
Oh, how should I talk about it, Chuck?
Like a normal person.
What does that mean, Chuck?
It should just be a fact. It should just be neutral.
Okay, it is a fact, and you brought it up because you wanted to use it as something disparaging, but you can't figure out how it's disparaging.
It's disparaging because it goes against the worldview that you espouse.
What part of me marrying a woman
You
who
say
was divorced
gnarly
goes against my
things- You
worldview?
say gnarly things about promiscuous women and that they're disgusting.
That's not
You're a homophobe.
promiscuity.
You say 3 baby daddies? Yes, that's promiscuity.
Wait a second.
I love-
Help me out here. How many times did
I
you have
love
sex?
she just says 3 baby daddies just to piss. She knows it's gonna piss him off. 3 baby daddies. That's fucking promiscuous.
Marrying a woman
You
who
say
was divorced
gnarly
goes against my
things- You
worldview.
say gnarly things about promiscuous women and that they're disgusting.
That's not
You're a homophobe.
promiscuity.
You say 3 baby daddies? Yes, that's promiscuity.
Wait a second. Help me out here. How many times have you had sex?
I couldn't count.
How many different partners have you had?
Oh, it depends on what you would consider sex.
Men.
Men?
Yeah. How many men have you fucked, Chuck?
Certainly under 10.
Yeah, and she has 3. 3 long-term relationships, and I'm one of them. Okay, Chuck, can you tell me which one of you are promiscuous?
Through having had children with them, forever tied to her. That's a much stronger bond than a hookup.
Okay, but help me out. You fuck way more women than my wife, and she's the promiscuous one?
You wouldn't consider what I do sex, would you?
You fuck men. You said you fucked 10 men, Chuck.
I said under 10. You would not consider the sex that I've had with women to
This is getting a whole lot of shit, man. What are we getting into now, man?
be sex. Is that what you said?
No, I'm talking about men.
But then why'd you bring up women?
I didn't try to. I was talking about men.
Okay.
So he doesn't count sex with women as sex?
Oh, yeah, Chuck, you fucked way more.
None of them got me pregnant.
Yeah, well, who cares if they did? You would just...
This is such garbage. This is horrible. Jim D. Duker sends $5 and says, join us on Discord where we're smart enough to put women and NBs in charge. What's NBs, guys? Oh, I really need to go to the bathroom. My tummy hurts. Keep it real says my head hurts. Keep it real, my tummy hurts. My tummy hurts. Yeah, join us on Discord. Let me share the... actually, Jim, you're a mod now. You can share a link to the Discord in the live chat and you can pin it or I can pin it. Jim, do us the honors of sharing the Discord link in the live chat.
Abort the kid.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah, because you're just a sick fuck.
I'm not a sick fuck.
You're a sick fuck.
I think it's crueler. I think it is crueler to have children when you are unprepared and bring them into an unsafe household. I think that.
Yeah, okay, well, I'll make sure to let my stepkids know that they shouldn't have been brought in the world because Chuck wishes that her mom killed them. Because then she couldn't say you had 3 baby daddies, could she?
Go ahead and tell them.
I'll go ahead and tell them, Chuck.
Tell them.
I'll let them know, Chuck.
But it's every time you talk about how older women are undesirable, women with past are undesirable,
what I
and
say.
then you are dating a woman.
That's what you fucking say all the time, you piece of shit. Of course. Older women are undesirable, low value, undesirable, no one wants them.
Or married
Chuck,
to a woman. You are
Chuck,
in love
can
with
you
a woman.
can you
You
tell
are
me what my
married to a
position
woman.
is?
I've seen your tweets.
What's my
I've seen
position?
the way that you speak to sex
Can you
workers.
tell me
I've
what
seen the
my
way that you speak
was my
to
wife a sex
people who have
worker?
sex. No.
No.
She has 3 baby daddies.
Okay, so
And
not a
that's
sex
lot.
so not a
That's
sex
lot.
worker? Not a sex
All right?
worker?
No, not a sex worker.
Okay, great. Chuck.
But then you talk to promiscuous women.
So
You
she
just
had
tried to do the
so she
same
had
to
3
me.
long-term relationships and did what she was supposed to do in them when she's married, which is have children.
Yeah, and how did that turn out for her?
It turned out great. She ended up with
She got
me.
half her tongue ripped out. That's
And
what
she,
you
yeah.
Oh my god. He's saying that she ended up great because she ended up with him after she got half of her tongue ripped out. He's saying it ended up great because she ended up with me. I'm pretty sure it would have been better if she would have rather not gotten her tongue ripped out and been with whoever the fuck it was before you. Like, I'm so glad I got my tongue ripped out because it led me to you, Andrew. It led me to you. No, my man. No. That is not the way to look at this shit, you fucking psycho.
Chuck.
But then you talk to promiscuous women.
So
You
she
just
had
tried to do the
3
same to me.
long-term relationships and did what she was supposed to do in them when she's married, which is have children.
Yeah, and how did that turn out for her?
It turned out great. She ended up with
She got
me.
half her tongue ripped out. That's
And
what you
yeah,
said.
but she's been with me for almost what, fucking 18 years? What's your longest term relationship, Chuck?
3 years, but I'm
Yeah,
also in my
3
20s.
years. 3 years and 10 guys. Well, you got a way to go, Chuck.
I said under 10, but I'm also in my 20s, and you're in your 40s.
I married her when I was in my 20s.
Oh my god. He's so old compared to her. He's double her age.
Her. What do you mean?
She was
Jim, there's the link. There we go. The link to the Discord is pinned on top of the live chat, folks.
in her 30s when you married her then.
Was she? I don't.
She's 5 years old.
No, she's not 5 years. She's 3 years older, you idiot.
Oh, my bad. You're in your 40s.
I married her when I was in my 20s. With her. What do you mean?
She was in her 30s when you married her then.
Was she? I don't.
She's 5 years older.
No,
than you,
she's
correct?
not 5 years. She's 3 years older, you idiot.
Oh, my bad. My information was wrong then.
Yeah, because you got it from a dumb whore, didn't you?
Which dumb whore?
Tree of Logic. You got it from a stupid whore, and that's why your information's bad. What else?
Is Tree of Logic the name of
Yeah,
someone?
what else do you think? What else do you think, Chuck? Do I have an...
Who's Tree of Logic? Oh, this guy just fucking hates women. Just looks for any excuse to call them whores, bitches. What is it? Sniz lickers, ditch lickers. You eat sniz. You lick sniz, girl.
legitimate black child, too?
No.
That wasn't part of your information?
No.
Oh, what else was part of your information? And that's why your information's bad. What else?
Is Tree of Logic the name of
Yeah,
someone?
what else do you think? What else do you think, Chuck? Do I have an illegitimate black child, too?
No.
Does he have? That would be interesting. If you have an illegitimate black child, that would make you twice as interesting, my guy.
That wasn't part of your information?
No.
Oh, what else was part of your information? How much older is my wife than me?
5 years.
Oh, okay. Well, how old is she then?
She's 43 if you said it was 3 years.
Wait, how old am I, Chuck?
40.
I'm 41.
Okay. Well, she still has 3 baby daddies, which you confirmed.
So you're wrong about that, right? You're wrong about that?
Does she not have 3 baby daddies?
Yeah, no,
Did you not
she
say
didn't have
this
3
was
baby
public
daddies. Men you're
information?
married to aren't baby daddies.
A baby daddy is a man that gets
No, your disparagement there, as fun as it is, right? Remember, she's not here to defend herself either, because she'd knock you the fuck out probably. But
she would hit me?
Yeah, oh yeah. If you personally attacked her, I'm sure she would.
Well, I wouldn't have personally attacked her. Well, I might have gently suggested that.
Gently suggested.
Oh my God. His wife would have hit her. Was she there? And he's proud of it. He's like, oh yeah, my wife would beat the shit out of you.
Fun as it is, right? Remember, she's not here to defend herself either, because she'd knock you the fuck out probably. But
she would hit me?
Yeah, oh yeah. If you personally attacked her, I'm sure she would.
Well, I wouldn't have personally attacked her. Well, I might have gently suggested that.
Gently
telling
suggested.
women to submit to their husbands and blah 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 is kind of
That created great outcomes for her, Chuck.
Is this a great outcome?
It sure seems to be for her.
Because I mean, being with you and I think dedicating your life to being a content creator that just like debates and that's the extent of your Christian goodness, I wouldn't consider that the high living.
Wait, is that the Chuck? Is that the extent of my Christian goodness?
Probably.
Tell me what I do.
This is what you do.
Tell me what I do with all that money I make, Chuck.
I don't know.
But I thought you just told me what the extent of my Christian goodness was.
The impact that you leave on the world, whether you donate to charities
So
or
it
not, which I
justifies-
strongly doubt that you do.
You strongly doubt that?
What you do with your worldview is you use it to feed your ego. What you do with
ego?
your career.
My ego?
Yes, your ego.
My ego?
Your ego.
So tell me, Chuck, can you help me out here?
And I know that this is the thing about pride too, because the first time we debated, you said to me, you just humiliated yourself in front of all of these people. And when I said, I've been on bigger platforms, you said, no, you haven't.
What bigger platform were you on?
Well, I was interviewed by CNN once.
No. So you weren't on a big platform, Chuck. So I was right?
Shush.
So
Chris sends $2 and says, I'm 100% convinced that men like him are closeted gays. Usually the people who throw the most vitriol, like a lot of, like it happens in politics, a lot of the like Republican senators, like the senators that are most anti-gay, that sign the most anti-gay litigation, usually end up being discovered in a bathroom with like younger gay men trying to get some kind of sex act in the bathroom or something. It's like some sort of like self-hatred, some kind of trauma, some kind of lack of acceptance from the family. I don't know what it is, but like, yeah, it happens. It happens a lot. A lot of people that are extremely like self-loathing will do things to hurt people in their own community. I don't know what the logic behind that is.
I was right, Chuck. I was right.
Cupid in 2024
Yeah,
had
Cupid.
a viewer average of about 10,000. And I went on her show with more pie, and I was subject to a lot more people and greater, scarier things.
Oh.
So I guess now technically Brian's platform is the largest platform I've been on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. But before that, it was mine.
That's awesome.
No, it was Cupid.
Oh, it was Cupid.
Yeah.
And how many people were watching Cupid at that time?
Pixel Penguin says that's usually seen as problematic to say, but I fully agree, to be honest. About what? Like people... No, I mean, sometimes some closeted individuals, not everyone. I'm not trying to make any generalizations, but it's this weird thing where... And I can't remember like which... I always go back to these like Republican senators who are extremely anti-gay publicly. And like it's one thing to be in the closet. You can just do nothing to harm gay people, but gay people that are closeted that actively want to harm the gay community, I never understand why they're trying to do that. Maybe they're trying so hard to distance themselves from being gay, or to like really throw people off of like their trail. Like if I sign legislation that defunds places that support gay people, then no one will assume I'm gay. Maybe that's why they're doing it, as cover.
We go pull that stream. We'll find the numbers.
When we were debating, I'm not referring to her numbers at that time. I was referring to her viewer average in 2024 when I went on her dating show with Mordecai. There were over 10K viewers.
Okay.
Current.
Gotcha.
That is what I'm referring to.
Okay.
And that is far more immortalized than this will be.
So help me out with this.
Oh, there she is. So there's his wife. There's his wife with a super chat, folks. Oh my God. She says, so Rachel Wilson, who's Andrew Wilson's wife, says, debate me, you imbecile. You heard a bunch of lies about me and repeated them after getting humiliated by my husband. So much for the sisterhood. Holy shit.
Gotcha.
That is what I'm referring to.
Okay.
And that is far more immortalized than this will be.
So help me out with this, though. I just want to make sure that I get all this right. So ultimately, you think that it's okay to try to use these disparaging things against my wife, who's not here to defend herself. Why? What did she do to you, Chuck?
I'm trying to convince you of my worldview.
Yeah, but what did she do to you, Chuck?
I mean, I think that being married to you is
It's enough to do whatever evil you want to her, isn't it, Chuck?
was what I said evil or wrong? Was it inaccurate what I said? Was it inaccurate what I said? Was it inaccurate?
You remember how earlier?
Was it a lie?
Yeah, but was it? Were you trying to use it as disparaging, like you
I'm
do
trying
with
to point out your
colonizer?
hypocrisy.
Where's the hypocrisy?
Because of the worldviews that you espouse.
Tell me what I espouse, which is hypocritical.
You spend your time convincing men that older women are undesirable, that women with past are undesirable.
You're lying.
I have scrolled through your freaking tweets.
Chuck,
I've seen this.
Chuck,
I've seen what you
give
said.
me,
You have built your
give me the
career off
position,
of what-
Chuck. Give me the position I have. The position you think I have, which is
older
hypocritical.
women are undesirable. An 18-year-old will always be more desirable than a fucking
Total fucking lies, Chuck. So here's my actual
That
position.
was actually one of the first.
I guarantee you.
God damn.
Never find the tweet, and when we're done here, I'll send you $1,000 per tweet that I'm wrong about. Promise. So here we go. You ready? My actual position: as women get older, they're generally less desirable than when they were younger. Anything else, Chuck? Am I wrong?
But do you think?
Hang on, Chuck. Am I wrong? Chuck, am I wrong though, Chuck?
Depends on who you ask.
I'm asking you.
I like older women.
Well, I'm asking you, Chuck. In general.
And my mom and all of her
Yeah, Chuck. I know, but in general.
play.
Yeah, but Chuck, in general, is it not the case that in general, as women get older, they become less desirable to men than younger women? In general.
Not now. I don't think so. I think there's an age cap.
So if I
My God, the exact same argument could be made about men. Okay, as men get older, they are generally less desirable to women. They're going to tell me, no, men age like fine wine. It doesn't fucking matter. Older men usually are less attractive to women. If that's the argument you're going to make, are you going to come here and tell me that old men, okay, look just as good to younger women? Or like whatever the fucking, who gives a fuck? I'm not trying to be here. They're like, that's right, older women. Who gives a shit, okay? All people are beautiful. All women are all ages. It's all natural. We all go through it, man. I'm 35. I'm getting up there.
were to show you stats of when men respond.
But like, I get, if that's a stat that he believes in, then I'm sure the opposite is true as well.
that they would prefer younger women over older women, they're lying.
Maybe.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't know. You can never trust
So you
statistics or where they're from.
So
you can never trust
never
the
said that
recent
either.
studies or blah, blah,
Never
blah,
said
blah,
that either. I said that
I
every
watched
study
the
needs to be vetted. But okay. So anyway, what's the next position that I espouse, which I probably don't? That makes me a hypocrite.
So I want to say that as an outsider looking in, what your platform looks like is it's teaching young.
Yeah, I don't care about that. How am I a hypocrite? What am I saying that's
You're a
hypocritical?
hypocrite because you are married to a woman that the men that you are influencing to feel these things, you are married to someone that they would find completely unacceptable. Because
I don't think you know my audience.
I know their audience.
I don't have a red pill audience.
You do, dude.
I don't. I'm not a red pillar.
Down all of my
I'm
socials
literally
locked down
not a
for
red
week after
pillar.
this because every time after I debate you, what I have is a bunch of dudes hopping in my comments calling me a stupid whore, a bitch, and a slut.
What does that have to do with me?
That's your audience.
No, my
That's
audience.
What does that have to do with me? That's the audience you fucking captured, man. That's the audience you're nurturing. That's the community that you're building.
My audience are
man.
Christian nationalists. That's my audience.
Yeah, and they're assholes.
Maybe,
They're
but
bad
that doesn't make me a
people. They're not
hypocrite.
Christians.
What things do I advocate for that are hypocritical to how I live my personal life? What? What, Chuck?
You're dating a promiscuous woman.
How is that
You were dating
promiscuous?
a woman who has 3 baby daddies.
I'm not dating anybody. I'm married. And how is
Married.
it promiscuous? She had 3 long-term relationships and was married.
Children with 3 different men. It's not
How
a
is that
problem to me.
promiscuous? So
It's
if
not a problem to
so
me,
if her
but
husband
it's something-
died in war and she got remarried, me as a Christian, that's promiscuous?
It's different.
How? How's that different than he
Death.
leaves her?
It's death.
How's that different
It's
than
not
he leaves
violating
her?
the great sanctity of a Christian marriage between a
But
man
Chuck,
and a
I've
woman.
never advocated that ever. So how could I be a
You do,
hypocrite?
dude, and everything you say
When?
and do, you fucking advocate for this
Here,
shit. You
I'm going to start
advocate
pulling
for
out.
this shit.
I'll tell you what. I'll start pulling out cash.
I don't want you to
Pull up the tweet. Pull up the tweet that shows me a hypocrite to my worldview. I'll keep pulling out cash.
What? Dizzle McFizzle sends $5 and says, trust me, as an older man, it's true older women don't find me attractive. Lol, I'm going to die alone. Dizzle, don't fucking say that. You crazy? I'm sure you're a beautiful man. Everybody's a beautiful man, beautiful woman out there. The world is huge. There's somebody for everybody. You just got to find them. You just got to find each other. It's getting harder and harder for people to find each other. But are you telling me there's no good, honest woman out there to make a good, honest man out of you, Dizzle? You crazy. I refuse to believe that shit.
Until you can.
Keep pulling it out.
Okay, how much do you want?
I'm not playing your game.
You're not going because you don't have shit.
No, because I'm not going to sit here and dig through your fucking tweets.
Because there's nothing there that would make me a hypocrite to my view. Do you think?
Dude, your platform is literally 2 normal people. Reads as insane, dude.
That has nothing to do with the claim I'm a hypocrite, Chuck.
Chuck, yes, dude,
show me how I'm a hypocrite, Chuck, from my view.
You spend your time shitting on women.
I don't.
That is all you do. That is all
Hardly.
you do. You discourage.
But even
men
if I
from
did, even if all I
forgiving
did was
what comes
shit
to
on
his
women,
past.
how am
You spend your time shitting on women. Dude, he's going crazy. He's got the hair gel stopped working. He sweats so much the hair gel stopped working.
I a hypocrite?
Because you are married to a woman with 3 baby daddies.
And do I ever make a prescription that that's
And
immoral
they wanted to pay her for finding tweets? Like, what the fuck is that? Why is he throwing cash at her?
or wrong?
I think you made up rules for yourself that it's okay to fit your worldview.
Bro, when have I
think
ever
that- I think
advocated?
that
When have I
if
ever
you were not-
advocated
I
that you
think
can't be a
you would
stepdad?
So proud. I think you would be so proud of your chaste Christian wife. that's
Are you
never been
ever
married. I think
going?
that
Are you ever
would.
going to show me how I espouse views, which I don't believe ever? What do I
You just have,
actually
like,
say?
Watch the shit that you make. You can just watch your clips and see the things that you say.
Chuck, tell me my position that makes me a hypocrite,
I
please.
just told you. I've told you.
Everything you've been saying makes you a hypocrite, you dumb fucker. You lost. That's it. Accept it.
What?
several
What?
times. I've told you
What is
several
it?
times.
What?
I just told you
You
several
didn't.
times. Do you not have fucking ears, dude?
What did you just tell me? What?
You are married to a woman that would be considered by the men that you proselytize
Me,
to,
Chuck.
that they are.
Me, Chuck. What do I advocate for that makes me a hypocrite, Chuck? What?
To look for.
So we're at 4 hours and 40 minutes. Just remember, let's go back to a matter of definitions. 44140.
Okay, I think first we ought to agree on some definitions. So feminism, the prompt was, is feminism good for society? The definition I have here is from the Oxford English Dictionary.
So civilized. Look at his hair. Look at his hair. Still freshly coiffed, freshly gelled.
Feminism, advocacy of equality of the sexes, and the establishment of the political, social, and economic...
Feminism is the movement towards egalitarian. So it's my belief that feminism cannot operate without an oppressor-oppressed class worldview. And if there's an oppressor class, that oppressor class has to be the patriarchy, because who else could it be?
I think that that's fair, but I do want to, stipulate that, I think that men are also, they also benefit from feminism, and
Yeah,
they're
I
also
understand.
oppressed under patriarchy. Is that
Yeah, I
right?
understand. So your definition would include, you don't disagree with my definition. You're just clarifying a position on top of it, which is that you think there is a patriarchy. It's just that it's also oppressive or beneficial.
Back to here.
I've told you
What is
several
it?
times.
What?
I just told you
You
several
didn't.
times. Do you not have fucking ears, dude?
What did you just tell me? What?
You are married to a woman that would be considered by the men that you proselytize
Me,
to,
Chuck.
that they are...
Me, Chuck. What do I advocate for that makes me a hypocrite, Chuck?
Oh my God, I love this. And then back to this.
Okay, I think first we ought to agree on some definitions. So feminism, the prompt was, is feminism good for society? Opening statement, so I suppose I will ramble. Feminism is good for society because a society that allows people the freedom to choose the life that they wish is a happier society.
Me, Chuck. What do I advocate for that makes me a hypocrite, Chuck? What?
To look for chaste young women.
That's not even my...
Women who are
I love it. I love the before and after of this.
not staying. You spend all
Oh
your
my
time
God, this
shitting
fucking-
all over sex workers.
Yeah, they-
All the
yes,
time.
good.
And if I recall correctly, you have said that there is like a girl who's at an OnlyFans or done sex work is undateable, unlovable, unmarriageable.
No, I've never said any of those things.
I swear to God, I've heard it.
No, Chuck, you hear what you want to hear. So here's my actual position, and I'll tell you. So my actual position on step parenting is the same position that I would have on sex work. I'm really glad that you stopped being a sex worker, and welcome to Christianity. That's not going to guarantee you a great husband, though, because your past walks with you, unfortunately. And when it comes to step parenting, right, it is true that generally people get bad outcomes when it comes to dating and marrying single moms, especially kids. But that doesn't mean all of them are bad.
People get bad outcomes when dating single moms. Where do you get that from? Why is he making that assumption?
Outcomes when it comes to dating and marrying single moms, especially kids. But that doesn't mean all of them are bad. That's what I've always advocated, Chuck. How come you didn't know that?
Know that about you?
Yeah, how come you didn't know that? That's what I
Because it's not
advocate.
reflected in anything that you say.
It's because you selectively only want to hear what you want to hear, and you only did that to do rage bait because you don't know any of my positions. You never took the time to listen, ever.
Why would I listen? It's all slop.
Yeah, how could it
I
be,
also don't
how could it
think
be
that
slop? You don't even know what it
I
is.
also don't think that these are your positions. I genuinely don't. Again,
Matthew Velasquez asks, what accent are you missing in your arsenal? Thank you for the dono, Matthew. I'm not sure, actually. What accents am I missing? Probably a lot. I'm starting to get the Scottish and Irish confused. My Irish maybe isn't great. Well, I'm Irish. I'm Irish. I'm from Ireland. I guess that's okay. I'm from Ireland. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm a leprechaun. Pot of gold. That's actually really fucking good. Hell yeah.
and I think that you are creating
Brian,
rules-
haven't I
rules
made those
that you
positions
cannot
1,000 times on the show? Those same positions?
If I could-
Kate, thank you so much for being here. Say hello to Brittany Simon for us. It is getting, we're almost done. Kate, by the way, we're not going to be watching more of this. I'm suffering through this as well.
Just really quick, you've said Andrea said certain things. Were they whatever podcast appearances?
Yeah, I believe so.
Some of the things that you claim Andrew said, I sit next to him for all these appearances. I've never heard him argue.
Okay.
So you just lied, Chuck.
So you just lied, Chuck.
I still think you're a shitter, dude.
That's nice, but I don't have the positions you claim I have. And it was pretty. And what happened is you just think that because you disagree with me and I'm a bad person, that it's just okay to do whatever horrible thing you want to me. And that's what the left
What did I
does.
do that was horrible?
Oh, well, what you were attempting to do there was you were attempting to disparage me for no particularly good reason, even.
Because you called me stupid.
Yeah, but what did my wife call you something?
Your wife has actually said really rude things about me in the super chats before when we.
Yeah, maybe she didn't say anything to you tonight. But, you know, the thing
I don't
is.
care. I'll fucking remember it.
Yeah, I know. Well, here's the thing. I'll remember this too, Chuck. And I'm just going to point this out
Okay,
so that you
then
know.
hold on to it.
Well, I'm not going to hold on to it. I'm just pointing this out. I'll always know you as a hypocrite. The person who said I was doing the bad thing, and then when I asked her about it, said it wasn't a bad thing. That sounds like hypocrisy to me.
I said it was hypocritical to your worldview.
And when you can tell me how, I'm listening.
She just told you, you fucking dumbass. Anyways. How long have I been streaming for? 3 hours and 23 minutes? Really? No way. No way. Has it been that long? I mean, it's not that long. People have gone longer, and I've gone longer in the past, but would you guys be interested? That's enough of this, right? That's enough. We've seen enough. We've got a pretty decent idea of what is going on over here.
Because you do not live as a good Christian.
Do you guys want to see the Bill Maher podcast? Not today. Patton Oswalt. Bill Maher had Patton Oswalt on his podcast, and like they talked about the most fucking cringe fucking shit. Bill is basically Bill Maher is a Republican. I fucking hate this guy. It's called Club Random with Bill Maher. It's 2 hours long, and he's just fucking spewing fucking old man propaganda. Let me open up some of those clips just to give you guys an idea of what's in store. Let me know if you're interested. If you're interested, we can watch this some other time. Bill Maher clips. So, for example, here he is talking about the UK. He thinks that there's like rapes happening. I wish Dreadful was here to tell us about the UK. Like, this is what he thinks about the UK right now. That's what he's telling Patton Oswalt about it.
Now, is a lot of that. I mean, like, what's going on in England right now is a lot of that. I mean, like,
what's going on in England?
Again, not in the bubble.
Okay, well,
doesn't get in the bubble.
Don't wait a minute. Just tell
it really
me.
Doesn't. It's a big. I don't even want to start with it, but
okay.
It's like just a lot of violence.
No, you're gonna be disappointed by no. Patton is just there, and he's just being subjected to Bill Maher's fucking boomer ass fucking republicanism and shit. It's just Bill Maher complaining like a boomer for 2 hours, and Patton Oswalt being visibly uncomfortable and wanting to leave. I actually met Patton Oswalt in Washington, D.C. at the premiere of Captain America, the Winter Soldier. It was an early screening of Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I remember I was in Washington, D.C. at a movie theater. He was on the escalator going down, and I was like, hey, Patton, you were great in the movie. Like, big fan of yours. I can't remember if he was in the movie. I remember being like, hey, big fan of yours. He's like, thanks, dude. Love your shirt. I was like, hey, can we take a picture? He's like, I can't. I'm with my dad. I'm with my family. I was like, love you. Love you anyways, Patton. So Patton Oswalt refused me a photo, but I still loved him. Then I tweeted about it, and he liked my tweet.
Protests, immigration, cities that Andrew Sullivan, for example, says.
Yeah, you could look. You can tell just by Patton's face, he's sick of this shit.
That Andrew Sullivan,
he's been listening to Bill Maher be fucking racist and homophobic for 2 hours. He's over this shit. So I think we might have to watch this soon.
For example, says. Are places that my grandfather would not even recognize anymore as British. Like, immigration is great.
Yeah.
Anything can be too much, and like it has become Islamicized. To put it briefly,
anything can be too much, but a lot of times the way that things are framed and represented is also amplified so that they can make their point.
But like, do you know about the what do they call it when they get kids to, like, grooming? The grooming scandal?
No.
See, that's a big story.
This is in the UK?
Yes, that went on from like the 80s to the present, and it wasn't.
You're talking about the royal family?
No, I'm not. I'm talking about Pakistani men who are immigrants, who are grooming poor, impoverished white girls, mostly, in these things, and making them into prostitutes and sex slaves. And
bro, what? There's a Pakistani grooming scandal in the UK where they're grooming, and the fact that he mentions white girls. Notice he doesn't say girls, little girls. It would be just as bad if the Pakistanis were grooming little brown girls, wouldn't it? But no, that's where the fear-mongering comes in. White girls. These Pakistani men are coming in here grooming your little white girls and turning them into prostitutes, apparently. Cool.
Like really nasty shit that would pass for more normal in a traditional Pakistani society where women are not considered equal citizens. And if you don't understand that, and that gender apartheid is the #1 issue that you woke people should be concerned with but seem not to be, then right away, we're not really seeing the world as the same way. And I think
Bill Maher fucking hates Muslims more than any person I think I know in the world. This motherfucker fucking truly hates Muslims, man.
I'm seeing it much more clearly.
Yeah, but
gender apartheid should be your #1 issue. If you really care about oppression, like a lot, I'm talking about hundreds of millions of the world's women, and it's mostly because of the tenets of Islam, to be perfectly honest about it. And this is what's going on in England, and this is why England is having a big problem these days, because in the interest of DEI, they are allowing...
Oh my God, DEI, folks.
...allowing practices that are so illiberal, which is the great irony. This is the least liberal thing you could be, is treating women as a second-class citizen. And
bro, he's so fucking over this shit. Patton's like, why the fuck did I agree to come to this fucking interview? Anyways, folks, this is it for tonight's live stream. I'm going to take a little break before getting on call with the boys. Maybe have a little bit of dinner. maybe have a little bit of dinner. I know this was a tough watch. This was a weird one. I'm trying to experiment with the content, things that we can react to. I was curious to watch this fucking debate. It looked like a shit show. It was honestly, it was a bit long. It was a bit aggravating, but ultimately I found it entertaining because we got to see a fucking incel, a fucking asshole, a fucking grifter get his ass owned online in front of everybody, get embarrassed, and you love to see it. To everybody who donated today, thank you so much. Everybody who was in the live chat, who liked the stream, who left a comment, who wished Maki the best. I love you so much. Thank you. Ooh, Shanna says, I'm British. We just introduced some of the most racist immigration policy we've ever had. Yeah, I know shit's going crazy and there's a lot of protests right now. And the whole world is becoming right-wing, folks. The whole world is becoming fascist. It's pretty fucked up. It's pretty scary. I'm not looking forward to the next few years. AI, fascism, exciting times we're living through. Everybody, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Jim says, painful but a great stream. I hope so. I hope so. Let me know. Think long and hard. Okay, let me do a quick poll. Quick poll. Bill Maher slash Patton's. Fuck, wait. Bill Maher and Patton stream. Yes or no? Quick. I'm giving you guys 30 seconds to vote on this poll. And maybe we'll do this next week. Maybe we'll once we don't have a lot of topics to talk about, I want to watch this fucking interview. Cringe-ass interview. Watch Patton Oswalt suffer. I like these. Anything that makes me, like, gets me angry, I like to watch these conversations. So for the most part, people are saying yes. 64% yes, 36% no. La. Okay, well, I'll let you guys vote for a little bit as the closing credits go up. Good night, everybody. Much love. See you on Monday. I'm not going to be live streaming this weekend. Maybe like a gaming live stream on Sunday, but I don't think so. I think I'm taking the weekend off. See y'all's on Monday. Everybody have a good night. Mods, thank you so much for everything. Love you. Members, we love you. Patrons, we love you. Bye-bye.
Do not worry.